The MHSAA Sportsmanship Summit returns after a 3-year pandemic-caused hiatus, and one of the state's best softball pitchers talks about what Title IX means to her. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Sportsmanship is one of the most important aspects of educational athletics, and along with scholarship, safety, and an appropriate scope, it is one of the MHSAA's 4 main core values for school sports. Winning is great, but good sportsmanship helps develop habits that can be used well beyond the playing field. To that end, the MHSAA is once again hosting the Sportsmanship Summit Series. This one-day conference is designed for students to learn about sportsmanship and appropriate behavior for student sections. We've been hosting the summit since the late 90s, but this will be the first one since the fall of 2019. Summits will be held on November 7th in Marquette, November 9th in Saginaw, November 14th in Grand Rapids, and November 16th in Ypsilanti. Each site is limited to 225 attendees, so be sure to register now to reserve your space. Registration materials and other information can be found at MHSAA.com. As Grantland Rice once wrote, "It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game." And it's our hope that everyone plays with sportsmanship on their mind. Game balls this week go to Sheboygan junior golfer Katie Maybank. She fired an 86 at the Charlevoix Invitational, capturing medalist honors, her first career first-place finish. East Jordan took home the team title. Brownstown Woodhaven's Ella Thomas. She had 21 digs in a 3-set volleyball win over Allen Park. The win kept the Warriors undefeated in league play, where they are looking to repeat as champs. And a Heartland running back, Joey Mattard. He ran it 15 times for 172 yards and 5 touchdowns, plus he returned a punt for a score in a 48-20 win over Plymouth.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Assistant Director, Brent Rice.
We've got a 2-1 soccer game at halftime, and the trailing team is set to kick off the start of the second half. The teams get lined up, and number 11 from the trailing team gives it a healthy boot. It flies, untouched by any other player, and gets past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. They start celebrating, thinking they've tied the game at 2. But should they be? Can a team score directly from kickoff? They can. There are a number of ways soccer teams can score. A goal can be scored directly from kickoff, a corner kick, and a direct free kick. Goals cannot be scored from an indirect free kick or a throw-in, but from a kickoff, count it.
Thanks, Brent. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website and register. On June 23, 1972, Title IX was signed into law. In the 50 years since, millions of girls have participated in an MHSAA-sponsored sport, and that number continues to grow every year. We've celebrated their numerous contributions and achievements in a variety of ways the past year, and will continue to do so leading up to the 25th Annual Women in Sports Leadership Conference in October. Today we highlight Macy Ireland. She graduated from Owasso, where she led them to a 2021 Division II softball championship, the school's first state title in any team sport. Ireland earned the Miss Softball Pitching Award for her dominant career in the circle and is a school record-setting swimmer. Macy is continuing her softball career at Kent State.
Although I didn't personally have to fight my way through, it was kind of like gifted to me. It still means a lot that I'm being able to be coached from these wonderful women and get a scholarship myself to play in the collegiate level.
For more information on the WISL conference or for previous Title IX at 50 spotlights, please check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll see you next week.
Good evening, West Michigan football fans. It's that time again. It's the Friday Night Lights. It's Vikings. It's Eagles. It's Whitehall versus Oakridge. And here are your hosts, John Russell and Cal VanSingel.
That we are here at beautiful Oakridge High School, Russell Erickson Stadium, Jack Sugar's Field. John Russell, Cal VanSingel, and the CatchMark SportsNet crew for our WMC Game of the Week. And tell you what, there is no debating on the Game of the Week this week. This is definitely it, isn't it, Cal?
Well, it certainly is. And next week, there's going to be really no debate in that one neither, as that's more likely it's going to be Ravenna at North Muskegon.
Right.
But I tell you what, John Russell, it has been – it's been a long time since I have been nervous to broadcast the game. And throughout the week, because there's so much hype to this game. Both of these teams are 5-0. Both of them state-rated, highly state-rated. Some polls, I think, have Whitehall #1 in their poll. I've actually been a little bit nervous this week, but settling down now as we get underway here.
Right.
It's a perfect night for high school football here at Jack Sugar's Field. And once again, these two teams come in here highly, highly touted and highly rated, and this one should be a great game.
Should be. Whitehall, you mentioned one of the polls that I saw ranked number 2 in Division 4, Oakridge number 3 in Division 5, and they've been pretty much just blowing through the schedule this early season. And they both come in at, well, I can't say that. They both come in undefeated, but Oakridge has played one more league game than Whitehall has, so they're 3-0 in the conference, 2-0. They're both 5-0 overall, and looking at the point spread here, you have Whitehall, they've scored 267 points, given up just 62 points. Meanwhile, Oakridge, 162 points and 73 points they've given up. But both of these teams obviously very talented, have some blue chip players, and now it's put up or shut up time, isn't it?
Yeah, and talking about blue, there's going to be kids on both teams waking up black and blue here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've had, a lot of people throughout the week have asked me, who do you think's going to win this? And if you catch out CatchMark Sports,
right,
and then you go to Scott DeCam's article, you're going to see who John and I both thought was going to win this game. I will tell you one thing that's going to happen tonight, and this is a given. This will be a hard-hitting contest. Whitehall, especially Oakridge here, these teams hit hard, and there will be some kids waking up tomorrow morning, young men. They're going to be a little bit sore. They're going to be hitting a training table and taking a few Advil to take the pain away.
The series is 44 games old. Oakridge, a rather dominating lead, 32-12. And then, of course, they won last year by the score of 32-19. So it's been a while for Whitehall. But I'll tell you what, this Whitehall team has been really kind of the talk of the league. I mean, it wasn't not that Oakridge wasn't, but there was anticipation before the season even started. Kyle Stratton's got a year under his belt now, and this kid is just the real deal as far as a quarterback and the weapons he has. He has, 3 or 4 solid receivers. He's got, a running game, and then they got this huge senior-laden line, and I mean huge.
Yes.
They have got weapons galore.
They do, and also defensively they're very good. But you're right, John. They have weapons all over the field. Stratton is a weapon to throw and to run. He's what I would call just a shorter version of like a Jamie Potts who played here back in 2007, 2008. He has that much talent, an incredible young athlete, like you said, just a junior, and he gets it done. He's not that tall,
right,
but he's physically fit. He's found the weight room, and he has so many weapons. And I tell you what, and he has so many weapons in his arsenal, and then on top of that, like you said, he has that big offensive line. They can just start moving people out of the way. He gets time to throw, and if he doesn't have anybody open, he'll tuck it and run and hang on.
Right, exactly. The road to here, and we will highlight both of these teams as we have a little bit of time to talk, but Whitehall started out with really a loaded schedule up front. I mean, there was some kind of a fear, I'm not going to say this from the Whitehall angle, but from the people on the outside looking in saying, oh man, you could be 0-2 before the season even starts, before you even get into the meat of the seasons, because they started out with a defending champion, Unity Christian, who put up points like a pinball machine last year.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, it didn't start out all that well for Whitehall. I mean, they were matching Unity Christian touchdown for touchdown, and what a thrilling game that was. But Whitehall, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they continued to score. Meanwhile, they shut down a tough Unity Christian team. Wound up winning that one 54-26.
Yeah, and then I believe they came right back with Hastings, correct?
They did, and they got Hastings by maybe a bigger point spread than a lot of folks would have thought, 41-30. They whitewashed Alpena 56-0. Montague, that's a rivalry game, and Montague was really, unfortunately, never really in that one, 60-6. And then last week, 55-0 against Manistee. So they have just they've run the gauntlet right now and have run the table.
Yeah, you talked just a minute ago that Whitehall owns this series at was it 32-12 or 33-12. Since 2010, Oakridge is 10-2 against Whitehall. And I'm with you. We heard so much about this Whitehall team, but then you're kind of thinking every once in a while, Whitehall in the past has, kind of shot themselves in the foot and got tripped up by somebody throughout the season. Scott DeCamp kept telling us, wait till you see them this year. They are a different looking team. And then we've seen them in the Montague game, and you and I both were looking at each other going, wow, Scott DeCamp was right on that. This is a different ball club.
And in fairness to Whitehall, not to make an excuse for them, but they have had to deal with some decimating injuries. And we understand that injuries are a part of the game and everybody gets hurt and banged up. But, Whitehall has had more than their fair share. And I know they keep their fingers crossed every game here that they get everybody healthy and continue to play.
And we don't think about it, you don't think about it this way, but at the end of the game tonight, we're going to be 2/3 of the way through the season, correct?
Right, yeah.
So at that point in the season, you are getting dinged up. You've been playing football since mid-August. You're 3 weeks before you kick off, and then you also have your scrimmages in there and then practice injuries. And so these guys have been out here now for, 6, 7, probably 7 weeks out here playing. You get guys dinged up, going that long.
Exactly. Before we Oakridge here for a little bit, let's say thanks to the people that make this all possible. Of course, our sponsors. Of course, our title sponsor is North Grove Brewers in Montague, Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan, Durga Insurance Group, Greenridge Realty. Chris Dykema and Sarah Reel do a fine job over there. Thank those fine folks. Big Stone Therapies, Grieve Law, Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Dave Dusenberry, Coldwell Banker. So, again, want to thank those folks, and we'll be sharing what they do and during the broadcast as well. Also want to send a shout-out to our CatchMark crew. Second to none. We got Bill Mann. Fine intro on the way in. He's our producer. You got Jesse King's riding shotgun with him, doing a lot of the graphics. Matt Tarquette kind of doing a little bit of everything. He was up here with us a little while ago, making sure that everything's is on right, and he also be giving you some great sideline shots. And then up on the roof, you got Trent Alphanar. And this guy will give us the high shots and the really high shots with the drone. They played more league games in Whitehall. They're 5-0 overall. And this really, for all intents and purposes, is the championship game of the West Michigan Conference. I mean, let's just call it what it is, because the winner here he's got what everybody wants: destiny in your own hands. Nobody can take the championship away from you after you win this game, right? I mean, if you take care of business, you've got it going there. So that's how important this game is. So we'll see how that all plays out. But Oakridge, I'll tell you what, it's our first time of seeing Kerry Harger and his charges. By the way, congratulations go out to Kerry, because we haven't had him on the air. This is our first. We're going to have a lot of Oakridge games, we understand, here in the next few weeks. But Kerry, since the last time we saw him, has been inducted in some pretty elite company, right, Cal?
Yeah, the Michigan High School Hall of Fame, in the Coaches Hall of Fame. Very difficult to get in there. And I'll tell you what, and Carey got in even before he retired from coaching.
Right.
Well over, just picked up over his 100th win. And one thing about Carey, he's a class act. His teams that represent class represent the Oakridge community very well. His teams are going to come out. They're going to play fair. They're going to play hard. They're going to hit you. Just like when Jack was here. You will get hit here tonight. Even if they come out on the losing end of this, they will hit you.
Right.
But they're going to hit you clean. They're going to hit you hard. And you expect nothing else, nothing less than that from Oakridge. And just been a class. Oakridge has had the same football coach for the same two coaches, one or the other,
right.
for 40.
That's amazing.
I think it's like 43 years.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack upheld his end of that bargain, didn't he?
yeah, he did.
Carey's got a few years there, but
he did not leave Carey with an empty closet, neither.
No, I'm going to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to kind of tie bar on that.
Go
the
ahead.
Success that Oak Ridge has had 17 years in the row in the playoffs. Now, what's amazing about that is the fact that, first of all, you've done it, but second of all, you've had a handoff from, Jack Sugars to Carey. Not a hiccup at all. I mean, they keep the program rolling. I mean, that's amazing in and of itself. And I remember talking with Carey early on in his career, and I says, were you a little bit afraid that you'd take this over and all of a sudden it would be everything would just hit the ground? He said, oh, man. He says, well, I was afraid of that. Well, it's been far from that. He was able to keep a lot of his coaches, a lot of the guys in the continuity of this team, Cal, and you know this, is there's a lot of Oak Ridge guys. I mean, they're guys that were either teammates of Carey's or certainly played Oak Ridge, played for Jack, and Carey was an assistant coach with these guys too. So there is a camaraderie there and a chemistry that goes beyond saying.
Tim Parker, Nate Danachek, we know those two played here. Kyle Hawk of the fabulous Huck brothers, and David Randall. Those are, and Tom Van Heest and Roger Daly. I think Tom Van Heest came from Grand Haven at one point.
Okay. And
I'm not sure about Tom Van Heest, where that fits in there. But, Tim Parker, Nate Danachek, oh, my goodness. And look at this. Oh, who's the quarterback here tonight? Matt Danachek.
Right.
And, hey, where's Tim Parker's son? Oh, by the way, he's a senior at the Naval Academy.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We called him just 4 years ago. He was out here running around. So one thing on the Oak Ridge thing, they have 50 playoff wins.
Yeah.
Not appearances, playoff ones, 50.
Yeah.
And it's just astronomical. They have 78 playoff games with 50 and 28 in the playoffs. Whitehall has 24 playoff games under their belt, so but 50 wins.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just getting it done.
3 state championships for Oak Ridge, all under Jack Sugars' watch as well.
2 runner-ups.
2 runner-ups, You're absolutely right. And you look at, I said 17 playoff appearances in a row, but go back to 30 years, 27 of 30 years they have been in the postseason, and that is just a model of consistency. I was watching the CatchMark podcast with Ken Byard and Scott and Tate, and they were talking about the West Michigan Conference, and they were having a debate over who's the greatest player, who is the greatest coach, who is this and that, and they came to the part of the program. What was the greatest program? And there's been different people stepping up, but when everybody got to thinking about it, they thought, well, it's hard to go against, and we're talking just West Michigan Conference. So, I mean, kudos to Catholic Central and the fine tradition they've had, Muskegon and all those other. But when you're talking just West Michigan Conference, and certainly Ravenna had its days with Dusty and Montague with Pat Collins and all that type of a thing. But when you look back at the consistency and being, never really having a down year, I mean, Oak Ridge fits that resume, don't they?
Absolutely. I don't think you can even argue about that. Ravenna with the 4 state titles. Montague's got 3. Oak Ridge has got 3. There were times, though, John, if you remember, Ravenna would not win their conference and win a state title. Montague had that in 08, if I remember right, or 07. They didn't win their conference, but they won a state title. So, I mean, Oak Ridge won the 2 conference titles that year. So, if you're just taking the West Michigan Conference, there's really, you can make a case for the other ones, but there's really no argument. Oak Ridge has been the team here year in and year out that the cream rises to the top, per se, with them.
Exactly. Let's take a time out here and talk about Oakridge a little bit. Of course, we alluded to their fine quarterback, Matt Danachek. First of all, both of these quarterbacks are going to be coaches' kids, so you know that they got something on the ball. Their football IQ is going to be high, so that's a plus right there. But Danachek's case, he's thrown for 706 yards on the season, 7 touchdowns. Until fairly recently, he hadn't thrown an interception. He's only thrown 2, so a very accurate passer hurt you, and that's a big. Hey, you know, the win is for us, right? I mean, we've all been around programs like that where maybe they got a gifted running game or something like just hand the ball off and get out of the way. Well, that's not the case here. But, you know, going back to Danachek, only 2 interceptions. Obviously, if he's going to throw the ball willy-nilly, if he's got a chance to throw an interception, it's going to be thrown away or something, or it's going to be put to a place that only his receiver is going to be able to get.
Yeah, he's going to make good decisions tonight, just like Stratton. Well, neither one of these guys are going to hurt their team by no means. They're like you said, coaches' kids. Yeah. They're smart. They know what's going on out there. They can read the play as it's starting to. They'll make good decisions here tonight, and really might win. More than likely, he's going to win this game even.
And Danachek is more than just the arm. He's got some legs too. He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry, a couple of times there. So he out of trouble. He's elusive, and that's a plus. They've got a stud running back in Trevor Jones. This guy, 771 yards, 7.4 per carry average, 10 touchdowns, and he's also a demon on defense too. So he's not a prima donna. It's not just a one-way thing. I mean, this guy sticks his nose in there and gets it done defensively, too. He is a hard-nosed West Michigan Conference football player.
What is it with Oakridge and running backs?
Yeah.
I mean, they just turned out one great back after another. I mean, it's phenomenal, from the Huck brothers to Patton. I called him the General.
Yeah,
TJ Patton. Right. They had the quarterback in 05 who could also run.
That was our TJ Ritz.
TJ Ritz.
See, Cal will start something, and I'll try to finish it for him.
Usually goes both. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
You have the quicker memory.
No,
doesn't take much.
Yeah, right.
But even you had 2 years ago, you had the young man that ended up at Ferris that had ended up with 4,999. Yep, and then they had the back after that.
Oh, you're going to dig us a hole here, Cal. We're doing pretty good. Maybe we should quit while you're ahead. Right. Maybe we should quit while we're ahead on that.
Somebody help me here. He just graduated like 2 years ago. Great running back here.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the guys from 20 years ago.
You want one too long. Timing is everything, Cal. You know that, don't you?
When am I
you got to know when to get out.
I'm not.
He almost did.
Pull the pin. Hey. Yeah. Pull the pin.
Yeah, exactly. The receiving core, Chris Knapp, Trevor Jones, and Evan Miller, and then Ty Maitland. You look at Knapp's statistics and Jones's statistics, they're only within 4 yards of one another. Knapp's almost got 200 yards receiving. Trevor Jones, 192. Evan Miller, a great start to the season. I think he had 3 touchdowns in the first game. He's got 162 yards receiving. So they got some weapons that way as well. So Danachek's got some targets out there.
He certainly does, and he's going to have to use them all tonight to beat a good Whitehall ball club.
Defensively, Brody Jones leads them in tackles, 38 tackles, 1 interception. Trevor Jones, we talked about him, 26 tackles, and Riley Bean at 22 tackles for the Oakridge Eagles. Probably getting close to national anthem time here, but we will go on to talk a little bit about Whitehall. Kyle Stratton, it starts with him at quarterback, 842 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions, as much as he throws. That's amazing. But rushing, 54 carries, 516 yards, 9.6, and we've seen how elusive he is. I mean, this guy can beat you. If there's a way to beat you, Kyle Stratton can do it.
Yeah, and we watched him grow up last year from the start of the game to the end of the game, and I remember it was at Whitehall. I just don't remember which game it was. But we were talking about this kid as just like literally growing up before us as the game went on, and he just kept making better and better decisions, started running more, started running harder, and it was phenomenal that game.
Yeah, coming up as a sophomore and taking over that huddle and just doing a great job. Jackson Cook, their fine running back. He's got over 200. They've got a balanced running attack, not necessarily any one statistic-wise that's going to step out at you like a 700-yard rusher, but you got Jackson with over 200 yards. You got Nate Boley, who's kind of their Swiss Army knife. He does everything.
Yes, he does.
He's got like 186 yards. Malcolm Irvin, fine, flashy runner to watch. He's got 150 yards on the season as well. But this receiving core, Cal, talk about targets for Kyle Stratton. You got Trannon Ayler, starts with him. He's got nearly 400 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns. Cam Thompson, talk about another young stud coming up. Cam Thompson, over 200 yards receiving. And then Nate Boley shows up on the leaderboard again with over 100 yards receiving.
There's a picture out there floating around of Cam Thompson in that Montague game catching a ball at about the 15 or the 20, and he took it in, broke a tackle, took it in for a touchdown. He's about 35 inches in the air. Of course, we all know he's a great basketball player. He's got tremendous leaping ability. But I don't know who snapped that picture. Might have been probably somebody from CatchMark, great photographers down there. I tell you what, but somebody snapped that picture, and he's like, I'm not kidding you, he is way up in the air.
Yeah.
And it was just and then he broke the tackle and sprinted in for that touchdown. And they have running backs, they got wide receivers, they got a great quarterback, they got a big line, they got 2 kickers.
Yeah, yeah, they really do. They got depth. That's how that sums it up.
Yep.
Defensively, we'll finish up with this for Whitehall. Jackson Cook leading the way with 34.5 tackles, 1 sack. Jaden Altgilbers, this was a guy that Coach couldn't tell me enough about. He was just thrilled with everything. He said every situation we put him in, he excels in, and he's willing to do just about anything. If I need him at a certain place, he comes in. Jaden Altgilbers is another key member on the defensive end of things too. And then you have Nate Boley. Who else? 3 interceptions for Nate Boley. He's their punter, a fine punter as well. And Coach Tony Sigmund for the Whitehall Vikings.
And Tony's 10th year.
10th
and
year.
They just seem to be getting better and better. And the young man I was thinking of just a moment ago, Corey Vanderput.
There you go. Yeah, how do you forget that? That was like the most recent. We were digging back in ancient history. Yeah, Corey Vanderput, of course.
Yes, yep.
Whitehall has made playoffs 7 of the last 8 years, and really Tony's contribution, there's been many of them, he and his fine coaching staff, but we talk about this all the time, just stability. Before Tony got there, there was a coach every maybe 2-3 years at the most, and it's just hard to get anybody on the same page and things like that. And Tony's just kind of come in and it's really just added stability in addition to his coaching staff and the X's and O's and things like that.
We take a look at the rest of the league here. Of course, everybody knows these 2 teams are undefeated. Ludington at 2-1 in the conference, 4-1 overall. Manistee 1-2 and 3-2. Montague 1-2 and 2-3. There's the one that surprises everybody. Fremont at 0-2, but 3-2 overall. Orchard View at 0-2 and 0-5. The Rivers division. North Muskegon 3-0 and 4-1 overall. Ravenna 3-0 in the conference. They're also 4-1. Hart 1-1 and 3-2. Mason County Central 1-2 in the conference, 1-4 overall. Shelby 1-2 in the conference, 1-4. Hesperia 0-2, but they picked up a win. Nice to see that this year. And Holton having struggling this year. Hopefully they can maybe pick up a win here before the end of the season. They're 0-2 and 0-5.
You talked about North Muskegon. They got a test tonight against Montague, or maybe Montague's got the test tonight.
I think Montague does.
If you look at it that way, I mean they're trying to snap their losing streak at 2 right now. So they got a big game there, and that's the Reese Puffer. Where am I coming from for that? Ravenna takes on Hesperia tonight, and that can set up the match for possibly this type of a game next week in the West Michigan Conference Rivers division.
Could be a huge game next week, as big as this one.
Yeah, exactly.
More than likely, it's going to be for the Rivers Championship.
Yeah,
it's funny how we answer each other's questions sometimes. We know each other's thoughts. Yeah. My wife always says, but you don't know my thoughts.
Right.
And you do that with John, but not with me.
Yeah, well,
I always get myself into trouble.
Our thoughts aren't that complex. That's right.
No, that's true.
Looks like we're getting set for the national anthem. So what we will do is we will switch the camera off us and go and get a picture of that fine marching band for Oakridge as we get ready for the start of this West Michigan Conference Classic, the game of the week here on CatchMark. It's Oakridge Eagles taking on the Whitehall Vikings.
Your cooperation and support of the values promoted by our two schools is greatly appreciated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and gentlemen remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we all enjoy. Let us honor and respect our country by gentlemen once again removing your caps. Veterans and active military personnel may render the appropriate salute as we all stand at attention, placing our hands over our hearts and sing our national anthem. Thank you.
All right, great rendition of the national anthem by the Oakridge Marching Band. John Russell, Cal VanSingel here, along with the CatchMark SportsNet crew. Our Friday night CatchMark SportsNet game of the week, and no place we'd rather be than here tonight. And boy, the anticipation for this one, early arriving crowd. Of course, Oakridge, an early arriving crowd, that goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Oh, I remember like in 2005 we came here, and the gates opened at 6. I think you and I got here like at 5 because we went on the air at 6. There were like 500 people in line.
I know, and that was that way again today. We got here, we get here at least an hour before we're going on the air, and boy, people are just lined up. They love both of these schools. They love their teams, and they're rightfully so. They're excited about the anticipation of what's going on, and we are looking forward to it tonight. This is going to be an interesting game, Cal, and I guess I'll say it.
Okay. Please do.
Is I don't really know what to expect. I mean, on one hand, you would think this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out, punch, counter-punch game, and it could very well be that. If it's one-sided, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to think it's going to be one-sided towards Whitehall, only because they are a well-oiled machine. Not that Oakridge isn't, but I guess based on the strength of schedule and a lot of things there, I mean, when they're on, they are scary good.
Yes, they are. And that's why they have the ratings they have. And I'm with you on that 100%. But one thing about Oakridge, they have a way of rising to the occasion year in and year out and giving teams, maybe sometimes more talented, giving them fits. Last year, playoffs in a snowstorm, at a blizzard.
Right.
Oakridge, Grand Rapids Catholic Central, on paper, they don't belong. Oakridge went over there and smacked them in the mouth, and there was like 7-0 at the half and hung with that team that went on and won another state title, like their 4th in a row. So when it comes to these games, Oakridge is one of these teams year in and year out that just hangs around.
Whitehall kicking off. Jack McDowell kicks it, and it looks like I think that's Trevor Jones has it, and he is up to the 25-yard line, up at least the 25, and it was Trevor Jones on the return. So 1st and 10, fairly decent field position for the Oakridge Eagles, just underway, 11:55 in this first quarter, first possession to the Oakridge Eagles.
John, I always write these down, and I would bet you 7 times out of 10, drives start at 11:55. It always seems it's always 11:55.
Yeah, 5 seconds in, right? All right, Danachek at quarterback. Drops back into the shotguns. Got two running backs on either side of him. Handoff to Trevor Jones, and Jones fights his way up to the 29-yard line before he is tackled there.
Tran and Ayler doing a nice job wrapping him up, bringing him down. I tell you what, there was a big hole there at first. I thought Jones was going to be able to get running there, but Ayler doing a nice job of coming in there, wrapping him up, and getting that solo tackle.
Jones, a good-sized kid, 6'1", 185-pounder. Second down and 6, ball at the 29, just underway, 11:28. Out of the shotgun again is Danachek. He's going to hand off again, and that's going to be Trevor Jones again on the carry. And Jones fights his way across the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Tran Tenbrock was the first one there, makes that stop defensively. And also Altgober's in there, I believe, also coming in late, sets up that 3rd and 2. John?
3rd down and 2, as Cal mentioned. And Danachek at quarterback. He's got 2 wideouts to the left side, 1 wideout right side. Single setback will be Jones. And it is going to be back to pass for Danachek. Little give and go, and he gets a pass over here to number 44. Or that's got to be 24. Who is it?
No, it was 44.
Oh, you know what? And I don't have a 44 on my roster.
I'll be darned.
Hang on, you talk, and I'm going to figure.
Okay, here we go. So we're going to set up should be 4th, I think. 4th down. 4th and about a half a yard here to go. It looks like Oakridge is going to go for it. So
Noah McFadden on the catch there.
Okay, thank you.
He was number 54, but they switched him to number 44.
Okay, good to know. Looks like Oakridge is going for it here. John Ross?
All right, 4th and 1, and boy, Kerry Harger rolled in the dice here early. Are they actually going for it, or is it a hard count? Nope, they're going for it. And it's a handoff again, and that is going to be a first down. Great effort there by number 27, the running back, Brian Elizondo, again behind that great line for the Oakridge Eagles.
Hey, well, let's take a look at this line here. Gage Lowry at center. The guards are going to be Riley Bean and Aiden Johnson. And the tackles, Evan Joza and Tavion Watson, doing a really good job. I mean, they're opening up holes. The linebackers are filling that hole quickly, but they are opening up the holes here.
Danachek hands off again. I think that's Alonzo again, if I'm not mistaken, and he is up close to the 40-yard line.
Yep. Got a score. Rick Hickman reporting Reed City 8, Newaygo nothing. I think it's going to be a long night for the Newaygo Lions.
Right.
Their new coach, Scott Force, trying to make things happen. Got a couple wins already under his 2 wins, I think, already under his belt. So good to see that. But I think the Lions are going to have a long night ahead of them.
Second down, 8 yards to go. 9:22 left here in this first quarter. Oakridge on their initial drive, they have a first down, and they are now 2nd down and 8.
And I have a thought after this, and I know you're scared already.
Just one thought, huh?
Just one
that
thought.
Maybe one too many. And here's a handoff, and boy, met in the backfield. Boy, did Whitehall converge on him. Holy smokes.
I tell you what, Alt Gilbert's again right there to make the initial contact, and then Jason Cook comes in, wraps him up, and brings him down. I know this sets up a 3rd long down. Here's my thought. Oakridge, slow, methodical, playing offense and defense at the same time. They're on offense. They don't want Whitehall to get the ball because they are so potent, explosive on offense. So Oakridge is going to, is what I love to do, Oakridge, offense and defense at the same time.
3rd down and 8. Danachek out of the shotgun, 2 wide outs either side, single setback, that'll be Jones. Danachek now calls a man in motion to the right side, brings him to the slot. Looks to his left. Here comes a rush, fires it. He is going to be picked off by number 6 for Whitehall. That's Kamar Reddy, the junior. And that will be a turnover to Whitehall right around the 27-yard line. Boy, I told you I was going to jinx Danachek, talking about him not throwing very many picks, and he threw that one. It's only his 3rd pick of the year, and it actually works out as good as a punt.
Good as a punt, yep. So the ball's on, 27?
27-yard line.
Time, please. I cannot see the scoreboard.
8:16.
Thank you.
All right, now we turn it over to Whitehall, and their gifted junior quarterback in Kyle Stratton. The thing that's impressive with Whitehall is the youth on this team. Now, they do have a very veteran offensive line that's not going to be fun to have to replace, but they got some skill position players that are. And here's a running back. This is going to be Cook, Jackson Cook, up across the 40 to a first down at the 42-yard line. Jackson Cook off tackle, and it's 1st and 10 for Whitehall.
Bryson Stevenson, that sophomore, 6 foot, 168-pound sophomore. Once again, just another youngster out there. here for the Oakridge Eagles tonight. Doing a nice job wrapping them up, bringing them down, but not before Whitehall gets the first down. John?
Yeah, Jackson Cook, one of the graybeards as far as the skill position players as a senior. Back to passes Stratton. The play is busted now, and this is where Stratton's at his best, improvising here. And he's caught in the backfield. He's still directing traffic, fires it, and it is going to be almost picked off. He was firing it over, I can't quite see the number who was defending over there, but it was intended to Camden Thompson. And we saw these two hook up on, like you said, some circus plays. That's the thing that Kyle Stratton will buy you, time. He is just a scrambler out there.
Yep, he does a great, like you said, he's a scrambler. He does a great job of eluding the defense, and he's patient, runs himself out of trouble, and then he'll find somebody wide open 30 yards downfield.
Looks like 3 wide to the left side, 1 wide right. Single setback will be Cook. Back to pass, little swing pass over here, and that is caught by Irvin. Irvin's got some running room. He's got the first down and more as he's inside Oakridge territory at the, looks like 46-yard line.
Lorenzo Garcia making that tackle there for the Oakridge Eagles. Got a couple of Eagles took a bad lane, took a bad angle, but have been able to get him and tackle him before he got to the first down, but didn't realize how fast he was.
Yeah.
The bad angle leads to a Whitehall first down here on this drive. John?
Malcolm Irvin, the junior, on the catch there. 7:31 left here, first quarter. 1st and 10 ball at the 46 inside Oakridge territory. Stratton out of the shotgun.
Got a score coming.
And it's going to be a keeper by Stratton. Eludes one man. He's around the corner. He's got positive yardage, and he is down to the 40-yard line. Again, that escapability, you cannot talk about that enough with Kyle Stratton.
No, we cannot. Lorenzo Garcia again, and on that stop here, that senior for the Oakridge Eagles. We got a score from Rick Hickman. North Muskegon 7, Montague nothing, or 7-0. The Norsemen.
I'll tell you what, the Norse win that game, they're going to be flying high into that Ravenna contest next week, aren't they?
Yes, and so will Ravenna.
We have a foul or a penalty against Whitehall. Personal foul against the Vikings, and that's going to back them up. So far, the Vikings stopping themselves a little bit there.
You know, John, I didn't see it out on the field, but Garcia ended up in that Whitehall sideline over there, and I kind of wonder maybe if something happened there because he was the only Oakridge guy amongst all that red and white over there. Maybe possibly something happened over there in the sideline.
It's going to be 1st and 20 now. Ball back inside Whitehall territory at the 44-yard line. 7:17 left here in this first quarter.
Just a minute off the clock then so far.
Stratton out of the shotgun. Hands off to Jackson Cook. Cook battling hard up the middle. Gets some of the yardage back. He's across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Brody Jennings, that junior, doing a nice job of wrapping him up and bringing him down. Also Trevor Jones, I believe, in there on that tackle. But Brody Jennings, first one there.
Give him we're down to a 3rd down, and it looks to be about 15 yards to go for a first. 6:56 left here in this first quarter. 3rd down now. Back to pass. Goes Stratton. Stratton he's not going to elude anybody this time as he is brought down as he gets back to where the ball was snapped.
Brody Jennings right there, and Kyle Weaver, that senior, 6'1", 216, in on that stop.
Well, that goes to show you how bad a penalty can kill a drive, right?
It certainly was. I tell you what, Whitehall comes out, first play, first down, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, boom, they were off and running.
Nate Boley, he is a great punter, and also he's been known to take it. I'm not saying that this is a situation he's going to do that, but he's mobile. He does the rugby punt sometimes.
I don't think he's going to do that when they got 15 yards, right?
He's got the rugby. Oh, he didn't get a good one off here. It's high, but it's not very long, and it's going to actually take a Whitehall. Oh, he gets a nice roll. Oh, my goodness, he hit it about the 40-yard line. It's going to roll down to about a 20-yard roll to the 20-yard line of Oakridge. So that worked out about as well as as it could have for Nate Boley.
And the time, please?
5:55 left here in the first quarter. Give me a chance to talk about some of our fine sponsors. Van Dyke Mortgage. Their commitment to finding the right home loan for you is second to none. Their experienced, licensed team is ready to work with you to ensure a smooth and timely loan process. That is Van Dyke Mortgage, located at 460 Western Avenue, Muskegon, or give them a call, 231-332-6500.
Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going? Nice seeing you, sir. Our old friend. First and 10. See what Oakridge can do. And this is Danicek handing off to Jones, I'm assuming, and Jones did not get anywhere.
Caden Waller, that junior defensive lineman, doing a great job of jumping in there, wrapping him up, bringing him down before that play can even get started. Waller, great job defensively up front.
He's going to lose about 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. And you don't stop Trevor Jones for negative yardage very often, do you?
No.
Came in averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Yeah, Waller got the ball and looked up, and there's a red and white wall in front of him, and it wasn't just a wall of guys. It was just one guy.
Right.
It was Waller.
Yeah. Danicek out of the shotgun, wide out left side. Looks like he's got a couple wide to the right side. And it's going to be Danicek, pulls it back, passes over to the right side. It's a completion. But again, great pursuit by Whitehall, and they might have lost another yard there. They certainly didn't gain anything, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
On that job, Kamar Reddy and also number 24, Trenton Tenbrock. That was so close for being a positive yardage there. But that wide receiver from Oakridge just could not quite hang on to that block long enough. He could have hung on to that one more second, might have sprung it for another 5 or 10 yards. John?
Going to be 3rd down and 12. 4:42 left here in this first quarter. No score. Oakridge with the ball deep in their own territory at the 19. Danicek out of the shotgun, has a man in motion, and here comes the jet sweep around here to the left side. And it's up across the 20-yard line. That looks like it's going to be, I believe that's going to be, trying to see who carried the ball. It might have been number 30. I think that's going to be Chris Knapp coming from the slot position.
Jaden Altgeber's the first guy there, just wrapping him up, bringing him down. Also Lucas Palmer, that senior defensive back, doing a nice job getting in there and helping out. Good pursuit down the line of scrimmage by that Whitehall defense. Arlene reporting we have a baseball score.
Okay.
Fruitport 2, Spring Lake nothing in the first quarter.
That's odd for Fruitport. Usually points are like a pinball machine. They score a lot, but they give up a lot usually.
Mm-hmm.
Great Battle of the Bayou over there. Danicek punting, averaging about 40 yards a kick. Nails that one. And it's going to hit right around the 40. It is fielded there by number 3. That is going to be Boley. And Boley fights his way up to midfield. 1st and 10. Whitehall will have excellent field position just inside Oakridge territory. I believe at around the 49-yard line with 3:40 left in this first quarter.
3:40?
3:40.
And they're on the 49?
They are on the 49-yard line. Yes, sirree.
All right. I have my secretarial duties done for this drive.
All right, let's see the outside of the defense for Oakridge. Whitehall did a good job of stopping themselves on that 15-yard penalty. They were moving in. A man in motion. This is Irwin, takes the jet sweep around the left side. Malcolm Irwin, and he is tripped up. Great pursuit and a great one-on-one tackle over on the far sideline.
Brian Elizondo, 5'10", 157-pound senior. Brian doing a nice job. Read that play perfectly, did he not?
He did.
A lot of good film study by Brian this week, and he knew exactly what was coming.
And I'll tell you what, Irwin gets around the corner, and he can get a lot of yardage. He is fast. He can fly.
There's a lot of fast kids out here tonight, regardless kind of which team it is.
2nd and 9. 2 wideouts right side, 1 wideout left. Out of the shotgun is Kyle Stratton, the junior quarterback. Single setback, and it is going to be a keeper by Stratton, and Stratton is going to be stopped for no gain. This defense for Oakridge is, as you said, has done their homework. They're not buying the fakes, the fake handoffs.
Brian Stevenson in there along with Trevor Jones, and I tell you what, John Russell, you know, we got ourselves halfway through the first quarter. We got ourselves a ball game.
It's what you always hope for. Going to be 3rd down and 9, 2:34 and counting in this first quarter. Big 3rd down play here both ways. Stratton out of the shotgun. Stratton looking to his left, fires that way, and it is caught over there, and a first down as the receiver gets away from him. That's number 9. It's going to be Camden Thompson, the sophomore. And that is going to be a first down. Big pitch and catch there between Stratton and one of his favorite targets, Camden Thompson.
Thompson had to come back. He had the first down, but he had to come back to catch it. When he caught it, he faked left, spun right, and then broke out of a tackle and then picked up additional yardage for that first down. Nice move, nice effort there by Thompson.
1st and 10, ball at the 35 of Oakridge. 2:07 left in this first quarter. Stratton back into his shotgun. He's got Cook standing next to him. 2 wides left, 1 wide right, man in motion now, and it is going to be a handoff up the middle of Cook. Cook breaking tackles, and he's going to run for about 7 yards.
And on that stop, number 55, Riley Bean. No, wait, hold on. Kyle Weaver. Kyle Weaver in on that one. And also Garcia in on that. I think I heard my phone go off. I did. North Muskegon 14, Montague nothing.
Wow. Boy, is there a chance that that's not even going to be close, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, who would have thought that at one point, huh?
Not I,
Yeah.
or the rest of the conference.
This is going to be Stratton trying to bootleg it around the left side. Oh, man, he took a hit but stayed on his feet and fell forward for a yard. He was amazing that, I'll tell you what, he always gets a couple of more yards than you think he ought to have gotten.
He had 4 Oakridge Eagles over there to escort him out of bounds. Ravenna 6, Hesperia nothing in the first. And once again, North Muskegon 14, Montague nothing as the scores start to run in.
3rd down and 4 ball at the 29, coming up on a minute left here in this first quarter. 3rd and 4. Stratton out of the shotgun, going to hand off. Direct snap actually to Cook, and Cook breaks a tackle. He is down to the 10-yard line, 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Whitehall Vikings at around the 9 or 10-yard line.
We have a Viking down, but you're right. He busted not 1 but 2. Head down, shoulders square, legs churning. Ran right over top of 2 Oakridge Eagles, and just has a great run. And we have we have a Viking that's down.
Boy, Whitehall has been able to play really injury-free. We talked about, documented the injury problems they've had in the past. And now Tony Sigmund out there.
That's that speedy wide receiver, I think.
Ayler? You think it's Ayler?
Nope, it's not Ayler.
Not Camden Thompson, is
No.
it? Oh, no.
I think it's Irvin.
They're looking at a knee.
Yeah, they think it's Irvin.
Wow. So while they're doing that, we'll take an opportunity here to talk about our title sponsor, North Grove Brewers, located in downtown Montague. A hidden gem of the West Michigan craft beer scene. Got something, Cal?
Yep, it is Irvin.
Okay.
But he's already up, seated, setting up, and now he stands up.
Yeah, he's not putting a lot of weight on
Nope,
that
he's
leg,
not.
though. That's not a good sign. They offer a broad rotating selection of beer and cocktails, great food, great entertainment, great atmosphere. That is North Grove Brewers, located at 8735 Water Street in Montague. Give them a call, 894-0144. Yeah, boy, that is not good. They are helping him off, and he's been having a great year. And they are a deep team. That is one thing Whitehall has,
Yes.
but you never want to see anybody hurt. And I'll tell you what, you start getting too many injuries, and we've seen it in Bushel Basketball. All of a sudden, you don't have much depth left anymore. It doesn't take long.
That was 2 years ago. Oakridge at Whitehall
Took 3 of their players out.
Three of their starters out, and that's what I mean. These are hard-hitting contests.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle. This is number 23. That is going to be Darnell Mack. And Mack does his impression of a Mack truck as he gets close to the 5 yard line.
Take a look here at the offensive line here.
And number 24,
I can grab the charge at halftime.
I had this. Whitehall.
Mazeruski.
Yep, there we go. Thank you. We did this in the beginning. Wesley Russell, Chance Monroe, Winton Napier, and Shane Cook doing a great job up front here for the Whitehall Vikings.
2nd and 7 ball on the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal, you might as well call it. 7 seconds left. Final play of the first quarter. Here's a jet sweep around here to the right side. This is Boley. Boley trying to get in the end zone, and he is denied by great contained by Oakridge. Looks like number 66 was number 21 was one of the guys over there. That's right, you can't see down there. Lorenzo Garcia.
And 66 will be Aiden Johnston.
Yep. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So when we come back, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 4 as Oakridge trying to dig in with a goal line defense here.
I got some scores real quick.
All right.
Ravenna 14, Hesperia nothing. North Muskegon 14, Montague nothing. Reed City 8, Newaygo nothing. And Fremont 8, Orchard View nothing. John?
All right, sounds great. Again, want to thank our sponsors, one of them being Foundation Systems of Michigan. Foundation Systems of Michigan, consult them for all your basement waterproofing, crawl space, encapsulation, and foundation repair needs. They're located on Clay Avenue in Wyoming at 5985 Clay Avenue, or give them a call. I got a couple of numbers, 231-255-6488 or 616-333-9119.
Word out of Ravenna is Keegan Swan will be playing tonight. Keegan Swan, if you remember, 11 months ago, diagnosed with, I believe, leukemia.
Good job.
And tell you what, he is going to possibly even be in the starting lineup here tonight. And I tell you what, that Ravenna crowd will go absolutely crazy if Keegan makes an appearance in that game. I was fortunate to interview him about 3 weeks ago. And what an incredible,
game,
in the Montague game, what an incredible young man. So hopefully Keegan Swan gets some snaps here tonight. I think he starts treatment again on Monday, I believe, also.
One of the great stories. We come back. We also talked about Tate Panucci, the tennis player from North Muskegon, last week. He's battling back from leukemia as well. So prayers and thoughts to those fine people. 3rd and goal, handoff up the middle, and second effort gets him into the end zone. Jackson Cook. It's going to be a 4-yard touchdown run. Looked like Oakridge had him slowed up.
Yes.
But second effort by Jackson Cook got him in there. 4-yard touchdown run with 11:56 left here in this second quarter.
Good job by that big offensive line opening up some holes on that drive. And who has got kicking here tonight? Because we have 2 kickers.
Looks like number 7. That's going to be, Landon Howe, who had kind of a rough night against Montague. Missed a couple of extra points, but he's working through it. And here comes the kick again. It is up, and it is good. So he nails that one. Landon does, and Whitehall is up 7-0. 11:56 left here in this first quarter.
Well, now, John Russell, can the Oakridge Eagles, can they answer?
Yeah. I'll tell you, the defense, they're not running through Whitehall. You know what I mean? I mean, Whitehall is, or Oakridge rather, is making some resistance. It's just there's a lot of weapons for Whitehall. There's just a lot of ways you can go.
Arlene reporting Ravenna 21, Hesperia nothing in the first quarter.
Pardon me, say that one more time.
Ravenna 21, Hesperia nothing in the first quarter.
And we had North Muskegon over Montague by about that same score, right?
Let me see if I can find it quick.
And like we said, that sets up the West Michigan Rivers championship matchup next week, or likely.
Yep. North Muskegon 14, Montague nothing.
Okay.
Reed City 8, Newaygo nothing. Don't tell my wife I can do multiple things at one time, please.
Jack McDowell kicking off for Whitehall.
I don't do anything well, though. That's the problem.
What is it? Jack of all trade, master of none.
I
think we all find ourselves in that category.
Yes.
Here's a kickoff. Oh, almost a mix-up in the backfield, and Oakridge brings it out to the 26-yard line. Looks like number 22 on the return for Oakridge. That would be Bryson Stevenson, the sophomore.
Ayler and Napier in on that stop there for Whitehall. Time, please.
11:51, first half.
And they're on the what? 20.
They're on the 26-yard line. Yeah. Again, not a big fan of the blue on gray as far as the numbers.
No, me neither.
Just enough to screw you up from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Jones is to his left.
If Cal and I were in charge of designing uniforms, it would be all solid colors and sort of like what Whitehall has out here.
Jones is on his right. He's got it.
Yeah, Jones has it across. Well, he's not going to gain very much, if anything at all. It's going to be second and long now. Boy, they have held Trevor Jones in check, haven't they? Cook and Napier on the stop.
Want to welcome in Kevin Evans. Kevin and Lynn. Kevin's out cleaning fish and listening. Tell you what, that guy's an outdoorsman extraordinaire. Oh, here we go. Rick Hickman. Mona Shores 14, Zeeland West 6. I got a bunch of scores coming in.
Okay. Here's a jet sweep around the left side. Oakridge, and is going to get it up to about the 30-yard line. I believe that was Trevor Jones on the jet sweep left side.
Napier over there, and I think it was also possibly Thompson in on that stop. Officer JV, so finally got the big screen rolling with John and Cal. Love you guys. Thanks. Nice to see you at lunch today, JV. Rick Hickman reporting Mona Shores 14, Zeeland West 6, beginning the second quarter. Thank you, Rick.
We usually get a request for a Fremont score, I notice, on our chat, so if we get those in.
We got that already. Said that. Reed City 16, Newaygo 3. Go ahead. Back
to pass goes Danishek. Now Danishek's going to run it. Flags down. Danishek's got a first down and a flag thrown way in the backfield of Oakridge, and that's usually where there's a holding.
Not one, but two.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad for Oakridge because that was going to be a first down, or was a first down, and I'm assuming it is holding against Oakridge, so it's going to come back. Oh, that's a killer. Because not only does it stop you from getting a first down, but now you got the yardage backwards added. So
killer. That's what I'm going to call my buddy Kevin in the UP. whacking partridge every day of the week. It seems like, man, he's just having a great year hunting, fishing. We should have been a banker, right?
It's a rough life, huh?
47. I think I'm going to retire. Kevin's got his head down, shaking his head, going, VanSingel, what are you doing? Selling me out.
3rd down and about 15, at least all of 15, as the ball's going to go all the way back in the neighborhood of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they got to get to the 36.
Yeah.
What do you call that, a $10 cab ride?
Yeah, getting close. A $7.85 cab ride at least. Back to pass. Goes Danicek, rolls to his right, fires. It's got a man out here, and it through his fingertips. Had it for a second, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Yep.
Intended for number 30. That would be Chris Knapp.
And Boley over there, and also Altgerber's doing a nice job right there, making the stop, just in case he did catch it. Another score. Grand Rapids Union 13, Muskegon nothing. You want to talk about a team that starts slow this year?
Right.
It's the Big Reds. Good grief, they just take a while to get going. When they get going, hang on. But they are once again playing from behind.
And they play in really kind of an unforgiving conference, and their non-conference schedule. So, punting situation, Danicek.
Nice snap.
Trying to boot his team out of trouble, and another fine kick, and it's going to hit and go out of bounds. It does put Whitehall back in their own end of the field, but just barely, right around the 47-yard line of Whitehall. 9:48 left here in the first half, 7-0. The Vikings on top. And boy, this is an important series defensively for Oakridge.
This is where I was coming from. This is why we read each other's minds. I was just going to say, this might be the most important defensive stand of the evening here already for the Oakridge Eagles. They cannot allow Whitehall to punch another one and get rolling offensively.
That is the key. That was the fear of Whitehall, at least as far as I was concerned, is they get on a roll, and boy, they're like a snowball going downhill.
And I do not see Malcolm Irvin out there yet neither. So I think he might be done for the night.
I'm thinking so. It didn't look like he was putting any weight on that leg at all. Back to pass goes Stratton. Stratton now runs up and fires it over to Boley. Boley has it inside Oakridge territory, and a great one-on-one tackle. I know you had the goggles on it, so maybe you got a chance at seeing who it was, but great tackle there by Oakridge.
Brody Jennings.
All right.
You asked.
One-on-one
I tried
on
to
Boley.
deliver, yeah.
You know, that's one thing we always talked about this West Michigan Conference, regardless of the team, usually fundamentals and tackling.
Mm-hmm.
This conference is by far, from top to bottom, usually one of the best fundamentally sound conferences.
Fruitport 8, Spring Lake nothing. John?
Still a very low-scoring game there. 2nd and 4 ball at the 47 of Oakridge. Back to pass goes Stratton. Now he's going to run up, and he's thinking pass all the way, but he runs it for a first down up across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Go ahead.
No, Kyle Weaver chasing him down from behind. Go ahead.
What I like about Stratton is there's a lot of things I like about him. But he is, you know how a lot of quarterbacks get back there and they think, okay, pass. Oh, I got to run. Right away. He is thinking pass all the way until he's across the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're coming in. This guy is thinking. And, he is just he's a master of the game. It's tough to say that at a sophomore, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he processes very well. And flags. We have flags. Okay. Trying to check up.
False start, against the Vikings. So that will back them up 5 yards. So far, the Vikings have been holding themselves a little bit in check with some penalties. They had a drive killer penalty, 15-yarder in their first drive.
We have a score coming in from Rick here. It just has not appeared yet. Go ahead.
1st and 15 now. This is going to be a handoff to Jackson Cook, and he is dragging tacklers with him as he's down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Jennings doing a nice job. That Brody Jennings, that junior, doing a great job going down low, wrapping him up, bringing him down.
It'll be 2nd down for the Vikings.
Jackson Cook just runs like a truck through the middle there. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 34, 8:55 and counting in this first half. Wide out here to the near side is Camden Thompson. Man in motion. And the pass over the middle. Oh, throws it a little bit behind his intended receiver, Trandon Naylor. And it's going to be third down and long.
Grand Rapids Union 13, Muskegon nothing, Muskegon Catholic Central 3, Schoolcraft nothing, Reed City 24, Newaygo 3.
Thank you very much for those.
Ricker.
Rick and Arlene got us covered tonight.
Yeah, Larry Mansfield.
Larry Mansfield helps us with Fremont. Fremont, usually we get requests for the Fremont score, so we'll try to keep up on those. Larry's helping us with that. Back to pass goes Stratton, fires it over the middle. It is caught for a first down. And I think that is going to be Kamar Reddy with the first down catch.
Brody Jennings over there and Stevenson. Bryson Stevenson, a sophomore, in on that stop defensively. Well, like you said, John, not before the Whitehall Vikings get another first down.
Yeah, look at it. What's first and 15 here 2 plays ago, right? And they already get a first down. That's how quick these guys can turn things around. First and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Talk about flipping the field, right, on a possession. And it's a keeper by Stratton. Stratton is going to be hit. He's still breaking tackles down to the 15-yard line.
Wow, he is so hard to bring down. Stevenson, finally the third guy that hit him from Oakridge. He's the third guy that hit him that finally started to wrap him up and bring him down. And Stratton runs so hard, and we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout called by Oakridge with 8:06 left here in the first half. It's going to be 2nd and 2, and we come back. 7-0 Whitehall. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're fine. Sorry. North Muskegon 14, Montague 7. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. You got some more scores?
Nope, okay. I don't. Nothing new.
All right. Give me an opportunity to talk about one of our fine sponsors, Dave Dusenberry, Coldwell Banker. For all of your you're looking to buy a property or house, certainly give David a call. He'd be more than happy to buy, sell, trade your home, whatever he needs. He'll fix you up that hometown personal service. His phone number is 231-670-6553.
At the 11:55 mark in the second quarter, Fremont goes up 14-0 over Orchard View. John?
All right. So Kerry Harger and his staff trying to keep Whitehall out of the end zone here as they already trail 7-0. 8:06 left in the first half.
And where's the ball? Right on the 15, it looks like, isn't it? So second and 2. So definitely 4-down territory. Well, yeah, second and 2. You have good 3 plays to get 2 yards with that offense. You would think that's a pretty good possibility.
Yeah. If you were a betting man, you would think you'd take that bet.
Yes.
Cam Thompson and Nate Bolia along the near side here. You got a receiver out to the wide side, a man in the slot to the right side as well. That's Jackson Cook standing next to Stratton. In motion comes Boley. Back to pass. Fires it over towards Camden Thompson and cannot make the connection. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. I like the call.
Yeah,
what the heck? You might as well take a shot at the end zone, and you still only need 2 yards. And like you said, for all intents and purposes, it's a four-down territory.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, nice pair of gloves were found under the home.
8:01 left here in this first half. John Russell, along with Cal VanSingel, the entire CatchMark crew, are CatchMark SportsNet Game of the Week. Appreciate all you folks watching this, listening. Hand off to Jackson Cook, breaking tackles again down to the 10-yard line, and another first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for Whitehall. He is just tough to stop.
He is. Bryson Stevenson, though, that sophomore, 6 foot, 168 pounds, stuck his head in there. He wrapped him up and brought him down, but once again, not before Whitehall gets that first down. Nice job, nice run there by the Whitehall Vikings.
7:50 and counting. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They call it the toughest 10 yards in football. And it's a keeper by Stratton. And Stratton has stood up there for maybe a yard gain. So good pursuit and contained by the Oakridge Eagles defense.
Kyle Weaver there, Brody Jennings there. Both of those guys, they had a little bit of help also that time by a couple other guys. So a good defensive play there. That time by the Oakridge Eagles sets up the 2nd and goal. John?
Not surprising you're calling Brody Jennings' name. He's their leading tackler, and you can see why. He's got his helmet in there all the time. Handoff again to Jackson Cook, spinning and twisting, breaking the tackle. He's inside the 5 to about the 4 or 3 yard line, where it'll be 3rd and goal from that point.
We got a guy down for Whitehall, but he gets up. I think it was Jennings in on that stop defensively there for the Oakridge Eagles.
6:57 and counting. They're going to call it 3rd and goal from the 2.
Was that Jackson Cook that was slow to get up?
I didn't see who it was. Who's in the backfield now? They got
still Cook.
Okay.
Still Jackson.
And it is going to be a a handoff to Cook, I should say, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Not going to stop him on very many. It's a 2-yard touchdown run for Jackson Cook.
Second one tonight.
His second of the night. Good job. And it is now 13-0 with 6:40 left here in this first half.
6:40?
6:40, yes.
This drive started at 9:48. And I'm going to take it that's Howe out there?
Yep, Landon Howe.
Okay.
He kicked the first extra point through. Snap, down, kick up, and good. So 6:40 left here in this first half. Whitehall up 14-0 here at Oakridge High School, Russell Erickson Field, Russell Erickson Stadium, Jack Sugars Field.
That is correct. Okay, Rick Hickman, Muskegon Catholic Central, still 3, but Schoolcraft has now scored. So it's 6-3.
Want to send a shout out to the Durga Insurance Group. They look at success through a different lens. They talk about servicing people. That's what it's all about. People are their business, and they will put you in the right insurance vehicle for you. That's for sure. They're located 1535 Far Road, Norton Shores, or give them a call, 231-744-9106. That is the Durga Insurance Group.
Just got another text. Rick, same one. Schoolcraft one.
Number 12, Jack McDowell.
Fourth possession coming up here for the Oakridge Eagles.
All right.
And no scores so far. They have not punched it in yet.
Their best scoring attempt was called back on a penalty. Well, I mean, they didn't score, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
And this is going to be a kick return. Oakridge has it up across between the 25 and 30 yard marker.
21 on the carry.
Thank you. That's going to be Lorenzo Garcia.
Yep, and on the stop, Ayler. Trainin Ayler was there along with a couple other of his Whitehall teammates. Arlene reporting Reese Puffer 6, Zealand East nothing in the first.
Cody Cater and the Reese Puffer Rockets really turning that team around, aren't they?
Yep, time please.
6:35. First half, 14-0 Whitehall. Danachek out of the shotgun. Man in motion. And Danachek's going to keep it, and he's going to go nowhere. He's going to do well to get back to the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he did.
Well, I tell you what, big on number 5 in there, Alt Gilbert's doing a great job. That senior blew that play up right from the beginning. Actually lost a yard, did he not?
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 11.
Mm-hmm. While we have a minute and I'm thinking about it, I want to send a shout out to Jaden Parker, son of Tim Parker here, who's on the coaching staff. Jaden's a senior at the Naval Academy and representing the Oakridge community very, very well. And we're going to have a penalty as flags fly. But Jaden, we're proud of you, buddy. Naval Academy, West Point, either one, man. Wow, that is a prestigious opportunity to get to go there.
5-yard penalty against Whitehall. It's going to move the ball up 5, so it's going to be 2nd down now and about 7 yards to go for a first.
John and I were recruited by the same by the same community college called Donut.
Right.
Donut Community.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say by the military academy, and they told us don't bother. That was their recruiting pitch. Here's a little dump-off pass. Let's see if they can get some positive yardage out of it. And they get it up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. I'll tell you who that is in a minute.
I know it was on the stop. Alt Gilbert's in there on the stop, and also Caden Waller in there defensively.
That was Trevor Jones again on the catch. Again, our apologies, but the old blue and gray numerals are not doing me any favor. Cal's got a shot with the glasses once in a while.
Orchard View scores in a 53-yard touchdown run, but Fremont still leads 14-8. 8:31 left to go second quarter. Thank you, Larry Mansfield.
And thank you on behalf of our Packer fans that listen and need those updates. I tell you what, Coach Hudson's done a good job with that Fremont team, getting them back to respectability.
Yes, he has.
Out of the shotgun. Here's a handoff to Jones. Jones trying to turn the corner, and he drew a crowd. Man, nothing going at all. My goodness. Team picture he ran into.
Tell you what, Big O 67, Winton Napier, and they're leading that charge. I also think it was Everett Napier, the Napier brothers, I think is what it was. But Winton Napier That is a large young man. If you ever seen him, he's just a big, thick, barrel-chested, big thighs, athletic young man.
Man.
Oh, look at this. Oakridge is going to punt.
Yeah, 4th down and 2 yards to go. Danachik out of the, you thought maybe.
Yeah, maybe he might try to go for it.
And maybe still, who knows, but boy, you don't want to give Whitehall the short field. Here comes the rush kick, a little line drive kick, and it's going to hit at the 40, and Boley's going to pick it up at the 35. Now he reverses his field and trying to find the seam around the left side. He's up to the 40, 45, 50. Inside Oakridge territory. Oh, nice juke there at about the 45. Still on his feet, runs out of bounds at about the 30. He made a juke at the 45-yard line and gained himself about 15 more yards. Nate Boley.
How about drop my binoculars? Once again, Whitehall starting in the Oakridge end of the field. Ravenna 28, Hesperia nothing. Reed City 32, Nuevo 3. John, go ahead.
Kerry Harger would have said, if I knew that was going to happen, we would have just went for it because the ball's going to be about back where that's all it was, he said.
Time, please.
If I could, 3:53.
Sorry.
All right. Whitehall already up 14-0. And this was one thing that I feared in this game. I'm not saying it's out of hand yet, but they just keep coming at you. It's a keeper, little pitch off last minute here. That's number 6, that's Reddy. And Reddy's losing yardage. Now a flag comes in as Reddy's all the way back to about the 47-yard line. My gosh.
I wonder if that might be a face mask. I tell you what, that was I think that was Jackson Cook that blew that play up. I'm pretty sure it was Jackson Cook. That might have been a face mask. That's not holding because there was no other Whitehall guy there, John.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a defensive
And if they were
foul.
holding, they weren't holding very well.
No. So let's see what this is.
Personal foul, face mask.
Called it.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
Let's go to the casino. I'm hot. Feeling lucky tonight.
Boy, Oakridge is in that situation where even when something good happens, it's not good, right?
Yeah, when I seen that flag come out and there were 3 blue jerseys and 1 red one, it's like that, that could only be one thing. Grand Rapids Union 13, Muskegon 7, and here come the Big Reds.
Big Reds their trouble is just not spotting the team too many points early.
Yeah, you're correct.
They battle their way back. It's going to be 1st and 5. And up the middle, Jackson Cook. Jackson Cook gets a couple, for he is brought down.
He gets tackled, then he sprints out of there like, hey, nobody even tackled me.
Right. Going to be 2nd down and about 6 yards to go for a first. Ball is right around the, 28-yard line.
Whitehall's offensive line, Chase Nuzerski, Wesley Russell, Chance Monroe, Winton Napier, and Shane Cook.
All right, out of the shotgun is Stratton. Stratton is going to keep it, and he is going to fool nobody. He's going down the loss back to the 30-yard line. So Oakridge Eagle defense stiffening there.
I tell you what, that play took so long to develop. I think Oakridge was able to read it quickly.
Right.
And you're right, that play just blew up.
It's one of those plays where the quarterback just hands it off to the running back, and there's the option in there someplace of the running back taking it or giving it up. Well, Cook says, hey, wait a minute, it looks like they're coming. I think I'll just give it up, and you can take it, Stratton.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5. You're younger than I am, right?
Yes, yep.
Senior wisdom there.
Tony Sigmund says that's not the way we designed this play, guys.
Right. 3rd and 5, ball at the 29-yard line. Back to pass to Stratton. Looks to his right. Man, wide open. It's going to be a 1st down over there. That is going to be
11
Ayler.
on the catch.
Trannon Ayler. And, man, I tell you, not to beat a dead horse, but Whitehall and this Stratton kid just make it look so easy. I mean, it seems like they can do whatever they want when they want to.
You're correct. Lorenzo Garcia in on that stop, and I'm with you. Offensively, they are so gifted. They have so many weapons.
And they got a quarterback that doesn't rattle. I mean, just a sophomore. They might as well just put all the passing records on hold at Whitehall right now, right? And it's going to be a keeper by Stratton. Stratton, he's breaking tackles. He's into the secondary, and he is going to go for a touchdown, believe it or not. 23-yard touchdown run for Kyle Stratton. And I'll tell you, you sound like you're overly redundant, but this kid just does amazing things so much that leaves you speechless. 1:46 left.
This drive started at the 3:53 mark.
Yeah, it's 20-0. Trying to make it 21 is Landon Howe. Kick is up, and it is good. So 21-0 Whitehall with 1:46 left in this first half. Well, is it time to say there's some good news and bad news? The good news for Oakridge is there's a lot of time left. The bad news for Oakridge is there's a lot of time left.
I want you to look at something real quick. And while I'm checking some scores.
Oh, they got him as a junior. I thought he wasn't.
He came up as a sophomore.
He did. That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah. Let me see if I can grab you some scores here.
I tried to get him another year of eligibility.
I know you did, and Tony would have taken it.
I know.
Reed City 32 to Nuego's 3 now. Ravenna 28-0 over Hespo, otherwise known as Hesperia.
You know what I'm thinking is him and I was thinking him and Thompson were the same grade or same, because Thompson is he's a sophomore. So I was thinking that I lumped them together. I guess that's where it came from. Now I got to make sure that Thompson's, yes, he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore, yep.
Starting to second guess everything now. Ken.
No, don't. You're calling a great game. Don't beat yourself up.
Mo Larry the cheese. 1:46 left. This is going to be McDowell. Puts his foot into it.
Got a great kickoff. It's not deep, but it's
I believe
high.
this is Trevor Jones. Drops the ball, picks it back up at the 20, and maybe gets to the 22. So 1st and 10 for Oakridge, and Oakridge just got to make something happen right here. 1:41 left. So they got to do something to feel good about themselves going into the locker room at the half, I would think.
I'm with you. Is this Whitehall team a team of the team for the ages, and
right,
they are showing that they are.
I mean, once you start talking playoffs, it's a whole different world, because now all of a sudden you draw in some really good teams from all over, and they're going to have a tough road to hoe. Everybody is, but man, I'll tell you what, around here they're tough to beat. Here's a handoff to Trevor Jones, and Jones fights his way across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Jamar Hill in on that stop. John, this is the 5th offensive series here for the Oakridge Eagles. They have yet to score.
Yeah.
When do they go basically they go 4 and out on offensive opportunities here at home?
Not often.
And don't get a score. That just does not happen here at Oakridge.
2nd and 5, ball at the 26-yard line. Danachek out of the shotgun's got Jones standing next to him. They have a little conversation. Mm-hmm. And now a man in motion. It's a keeper by Danachek. Danachek up the middle and maybe a couple of yards, yard and a half. And Jackson Cook, one of the guys in on the stop.
Trying to find up who's on the bottom of the pile. That's
might have been Alt Gilbert's
it was,
too, yeah.
Want to welcome in our old friend, you know who, Alan Bowes.
Hey, Al.
From the Detroit area.
Is that where he's living now?
Yep, yes.
I guess you told me that. I was still thinking he was up north.
Nope.
So bad they had to move him out of the area. Huh?
Yep, here we update. Rick Hickman, Muskegon 14, Union 13.
Whoa. See?
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
You're right. I agree with you.
Handoff to Trevor Jones, and Jones tries to muscle his way close to the first down sticks.
I find it 24 and 22 on the bottom of the pile. Jackson Cook and Trenton Tenbrock. Go ahead.
No, they're going to give. Are they going to give him a first down? I guess.
No, a yard short.
You know what?
The down marker's off.
Yeah.
I was at the Rockford game when I watched a friend of mine. His son plays on the freshman team.
Yeah.
In the daylight, the down markers lit up.
Oh,
it's
really?
illuminated. So it's like, I'm like, really? Your down markers got a light on it? Oh, yeah.
That's
like, what else? What don't you have here in Rockford?
That's where your athletic department's got too much money.
Yes. Yeah.
Down to 12 seconds left here, and it's 4th and 1. So we know that Oakridge will go for it. And I got to think that if you're going to go for it, well, I know it's a kind of a tricky situation, because you would think that you're not going to run it well, he could get another play, but you're not going to have a lot of time left. You've taken one time. I guess you could run it, get the first down, and then try your Hail Mary. Because now if you don't get it, you try the Hail Mary, there's probably going to be enough time for Whitehall to have decent field position. Scoring position for Whitehall is any place on the field. Oh, they're going to punt it.
Great snap by that long snapper.
I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a kicker. We knew that going in. And it's up to the 40-yard line. This is Cam Thompson. Or that's not Cam Thompson. That's all Tran and Ayler. And Ayler's up to midfield. So there's 1 second left. Now the question is, does Stratton just kneel down? And I'm thinking not. I mean, there is wisdom in that, but
well, let's put it this way.
I'm thinking if you're a gunslinger, are you still a gunslinger with 1 second left?
I'm just writing half.
Not that means anything.
No. Oh no. Right. You know that my notes can be just waddled up and thrown over the shoulder.
Yeah. Usually when you're marking down the extra point or field goal is good. That usually happens.
They got 4 wideouts.
Boy, they certainly aren't doing the kneel position here.
No.
They're going to go for it. 3 wides right side, 1 wide left. Stratton is going to fire it over here. A little screen pass to the right side. That is Boley. Boley's at the 40, and he's going to gain some yardage because Oakridge is really in just a pre-bet defense. And the half will come to an end with Whitehall leading 21-0 as we go into halftime here at Oakridge High School.
Fremont scores again to increase their lead to 22-8 with over OV 3:10 left to go in the second quarter. Let me see if I can get some scores here for you while you're starting to figure out.
All right.
Once again, Muskegon 14, Union 13, Reed City 32, Newaygo 3, Ravenna 28, Hesperian nothing, Schoolcraft 6, Mason. I always do this. Muskegon Catholic Central 3. Let me check with Arlene.
Oh yeah, because you get 2 MCCs, right?
Yeah, we do. Yep. Ludington 10, Manistee in the first. Thank you, Arlene.
What was that?
Ludington 10, Manistee 7.
Okay, that's a close game. That's a rivalry game up there.
Yes, it is. 100 and like.
Yeah, I saw that. 50s. Nah, that's not 154, was it? I
thought it was 150, maybe 145.
Maybe.
Maybe are we
over 100 years? How's
over
that?
100 years?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Stats. We got stats here. Well, the only place. This is awesome. Zeeland East 6. Or I'm sorry, Reese Puffers 6, Zeeland East nothing. Fruitport 8, Spring Lake, we know I think they had 2. And that's just some of the scores here from around the area here at halftime in this contest. You want me to keep going, or are you?
I can do whatever. You got some more scores? Go ahead and pass those along.
I don't. I have one.
Okay.
Kansas City 22-0, 3:27 left in the first half. I want to thank Rick Seibel for that one.
Rick Seibel. Still hanging around Kent City games.
His daughter's a cheerleader. His last kid's a senior, and that's her. She's coming through. So
I get the feeling we're not going to have Rick Seibel updates after this year.
We may not.
I kind of miss going over there because he usually loads us down with like the candy, the Snickers bars and stuff like that.
He takes great care of us, does he not? Yep. Okay. That's it. Go ahead.
Want to send a shout out to the CatchMark crew, the hardest working crew in show business. We always say Billy Mann down along the sidelines there, our executive producer. Jesse King, our associate producer down there. Matt Tarquette, he'll do a little bit of everything, but he's usually along the sidelines giving you those like coaches shots and the down low angles on the pictures. And you got up in the other end of that is Trent up on the roof. He is the you'll see the high angle shots and any shots from the drone. That will be him as well. It's amazing how that drone can lift him up there, isn't it?
That is.
I'll tell you what. That's,
we would need a turbo-driven drone to lift us up there.
Have to be like a 747 drone. It'd be awful noisy, wouldn't it? Yeah. And then Scott DeCamp down on the sidelines as well.
Did you get Jesse and Matt?
I did get Jesse and Matt. Yes, I did.
Okay. Arlene and Rick Hickman at the same time. Got to love these two.
All right.
And then it disappears.
Oh, really?
Mona Shores 27, Mona Shores 27, Zeeland West 6. They both texted that at the same. I wonder if they're together.
Dual texting.
You don't think they're together?
Who was that?
That was Rick and Arlene.
Oh, look out!
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's start that. Rita will be over there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's good to hear from our old partner, Rick Hickman, isn't it?
Yeah,
and Arlene, too.
Yes, we spent a lot of time with the four of us together.
Right. I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, I'm going to do a shout-out to mention, and then we'll come back, and you can do a scoring summary, and I'll add in some of the stats. That sound like a plan?
Yep.
Sounds like we almost know what we're doing here. Well, I'll tell you, one business that does know what they're doing is Green Ridge Realty. Chris Dykema and Sarah Reel. They do a fantastic job, local real estate experts with a multitude of experience. They have local roots and are committed to the community, and they're focused on what is best for you. They're located at 323 East Colby in Whitehall. You can give Sarah a call, 231-730-0934.
Okay. And you got some stats, you said?
I do. Did you want to do scoring summary first?
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. You do that, and then I'll add the stats to that.
Need to get the lights turned on here. Don't we have lights? Do we have lights? I don't see lights. Are there lights in here?
Yep. Let there be lights, huh?
I don't see light bulbs.
You'll have to go underneath the out in the field.
Yeah. Here we go for Whitehall's second possession. They get on the field. Started the drive at their own 49. Started the drive at the 3:40 mark in the first quarter. They scored 11:56 in the second. And Cook with a 4-yard touchdown run. The Howe kick was up and in, 7-0 at that point. Next possession again for the Whitehall Vikings. They start out 1st and 10 on their own 47. Cook with a 2-yard touchdown run. Started the drive at 9:48. They score at 6:40. The Howe kick was good, 14-0. And then third possession in a row they score. Started the drive at 3:53. They score at 1:46. Start out 1st and 10 in the Oakridge 34 after the nice punt return by Boley. Ended up being a 23-yard touchdown run by Stratton. The Howe kick was good, 21-0 here at the half. Whitehall in control.
I'll tell you what, if you want to, they got pizza over there, but only one of us can get it at a time. So if you want to get a slice for us, I can do the scoring summary.
I just did the scoring summary.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll do the stats. And then we'll figure out how we're going to have time to eat this. That's where I miss the old days where you had the commercial breaks.
Yeah.
Man, that's what commercial breaks are for. I mean,
and halftime shows by Rick Hickman.
I know.
Yep. All right, I'll be right back. You said pizza. I'm on the move.
I think it's over there. There's a lot happening over there, so you can check it out. So, thank you, Calvin. We'll send Calvin on the great quest for pizza. I believe it's Wolfie's Pizza across the way here. So we were over there a little earlier today. And great job those fine folks do. Let's see here. The Oakridge Eagles, boy, Whitehall has kept them in check. No score here for them. It's 21-0 at the half. Their leading rusher, Trevor Jones, came in over 700 yards, was averaging 7.4 a carry, but that's come to a screeching halt here tonight due to the Whitehall defense. Trevor Jones has 9 carries for 18 yards and is tackled for a loss twice. So they have kept him at bay. Matt Danachek passing 3 completions out of 5 attempts, 1 interception, and just 7 yards. That the completions were to Trevor Jones, 1 for 6 yards, Noah McFadden, 1 for 1 yard, and Lorenzo Garcia, 1 for no gain. Danachek, I guess the highlight is his punting. As we said, he came in averaging nearly 40 yards per kick, and he's averaging 35. Thank you. He's averaging 35.8 yards per kick here tonight here for the Oakridge Eagles. Meanwhile, on the Whitehall side of the ledger, their running game is led by the big guy, Jackson Cook. 10 carries, 69 yards he's gained, and that comes out to a 6.9 yards per carry gain. How like that? That 10 stuff. Oh, that's right. You're eating. I won't bother you. 2 touchdowns. Kyle Stratton, 9 carries for 49 yards, and he's got a touchdown. So there are your 3 touchdowns for Whitehall. Passing, Kyle Stratton, 6 of 9 for 69 yards. And then receiving, they've spread it around. Again, they spread it around to all of their receivers. Nate Boley, 2 catches for 26 yards. Camden Thompson, 1 catch for 13 yards. And Malcolm Irvin, 1 catch for 13 yards. And then Kamar Reddy has 1 catch for 11 yards. The down note for Whitehall, I was mentioning Irvin. He went out with what appeared to be a knee injury and was really laboring going off the field. There's probably no chance that he's coming back. Now the thing that you're hoping for is that he's able to get back in the fray the rest of this season. You never know how that's all going to go. Nate Boley, one punt for 32 yards. That's 32-yard average for him. Tackles, no surprise on Whitehall side. Jaden Eltgobers has 7 tackles, and Caden Waller has 5 tackles. Then you have Tenbreck and Smith with 4 tackles apiece. Meanwhile, for Oakridge, heard his name a lot, Brody Jennings, 9 tackles. He's leading the team in tackles anyhow, and he's certainly going to add to those totals. Brian Elizondo, 6 tackles. Lorenzo Garcia, 5 tackles, and Kyle Weaver, 5 tackles for the Whitehall Vikings. 6:24 left here in this first half, I should say.
Mm-hmm. John, can you see the light?
I can see the light now.
Hallelujah, we have light.
I don't think press box people like the lights on or something. It seems like that you always have to ask for it. They always give you the stink eye. So
maybe they're in the dark.
I'm thinking.
Did I change the lights?
You said they're changing lights?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Let's take a look at scores. You go ahead and eat.
Okay, I will do that.
I'll do scores here for a little bit. How's that sound? Okay. Reed City, 48. Nuevo 10. That's a halftime score. Ravenna 49. Hesperia nothing. Ludington 17. Manistee 7. Mona Shores 27. Zeeland West 6. Muskegon 14. Grand Rapids Union 13. Schoolcraft 6. Muskegon Catholic Central 3. Last we heard, and this was a while ago, North Muskegon 7. North Muskegon 14. Montague 7. That's homecoming night over there tonight in Montague. And my granddaughter is on the homecoming court. She is a freshman, Addison Pranger. Let's shout out to her tonight. Reed City, I think I did that one earlier. Yes, 48-10. Let me check another site here a minute. So we got multiple sites. I want to thank all of our sponsors. So again, Shores 27, Zeeland West 6, Reese Puffer 6, Zeeland East nothing. We have, I think Fremont, was 21-6, I think, at the half. We have not got a Fruitport score in a while. That was 2-0 Fruitport over top of Spring Lake.
I thought you had at one time like a 8-2 score, 8 to something.
Maybe it was that. Kent City once again leading 22-0. I think that's over Central Montcalm. And I got a fishing report out of the UP. Lemon of pike today, but I was mistaken. Wolves ate all the partridge, and it was woodcock. Oh, gee. You guys can read in the dark. I'm from Grant. I cannot read in the dark. As we get
Todd Lowry, the PA announcer, says we're special because no one's ever remembers having the lights on in the press box. So Cal asked.
Oh, we're special, all right.
Thank you very. Yeah.
We are special.
Yes, we are.
Oh, shout out to the marching band at halftime, doing a great job. Was able to watch them and listen to them a little bit while we're just doing some reporting here at halftime. As we take a look here, let's look in the locker room here a little bit. And Tony Sigmund's got to be happy, up 21-0 on the road here at Oakridge. He's got to be happy with this team offensively, defensively. Special teams are playing very well. The 3-score lead here at Oakridge, not easy to do. And for Kerry Harger, the Oakridge Eagles, I wonder where he's telling his guys, Whitehall is very good. They're fundamentally sound. They do all 3 aspects of the game very, very well. And you got to wonder, what does Kerry have that he can add here at halftime to try to maybe tighten this one up here going into the third and into the fourth quarter? Going to need those barricade signs. That's what it says. Stick those up, like they're getting those for the roads. Stop.
Yeah, stop. Detour. See if they fall for it. Yeah. No way going there.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for killing some time for me, Callie. allowed me to eat the pizza because I am vastly undernourished.
Yeah, so am I. And John, after 28 years, you've helped me kill a lot of times. So it's the least that I can.
See, that's the key to a partnership. There is, you have to know how to kill some time while your partner feeds his face. So that's
now with my wife, it's the way to kill time is to go to Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
and I will take a good book and like a John Grisham book or something like that. She goes in, I read.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do that. Or Cabela's.
John Grisham's all legal stuff,
yeah, it is.
Isn't it? What's it, like a lawyer?
Yeah, lawyers, cops.
I get him mixed up with the guy that Clancy.
Tom Clancy?
Clancy does all like the, like the CIA stuff and that stuff, right?
Yeah, Grisham, Patterson, Clancy, all of them very good.
Look at you quoting our ushers, authors.
I just picked up a book by Bill O'Reilly, Killing the Mob.
Yeah.
I wanted to. You ever read some Bill O'Reilly stuff?
I did a couple of his killing series. He did one on killing the Kennedy, and kind of really a interesting situation there.
I saw one of my buddies at my men's group on Tuesday night.
Right.
He says, "You guys are doing great. You must be listening to somebody else."
Well,
Chad, nice to see you, Chad. Thank you for listening. You're awesome, and I love your brother like you can't believe. You guys are doing great. Keep up the laughs. I'll send that out to Chad. Nicholas, thanks, buddy. And then Alan, like his nickname is Snowflake. Use the flashlight on your phone.
Yeah. Al's always there for a helpful hint.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hey, folks that are there for helpful hints are our sponsors, and we want to thank them all in general, and then I'll kind of do a deeper dive here on a few of these. North Grove Brewers, Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan, Durga Insurance Group, Green Ridge Realty, Chris Dykema, Sarah Reel, also Big Stone Therapies. I'm going to talk about them in just a second. Grieve Law, we'll talk about, we owe them a mention as well. And Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Dave Dusenberry, Coldwell Banker as well. Let's see here. Big Stone Therapy. They are located in Montague, dedicated to providing excellence in rehabilitation services by optimizing health and function for families and businesses within their communities through caring, hands-on healing. And they're located at 9219 Water Street, Montague, or give them a call at 231-893-6655.
I called Big Stone.
Did you?
They asked what my dimensions were. I told them how big I was. They said, "Are we up boulders? We don't have anything big enough for you." No, I'm just kidding. That's what I was saying. I'm going to go get therapy on my back someday, but I don't know if they got rocks big enough, for my back. Oh, Larry Mansfield reporting Fremont 22-8 over Orchard View.
Wow, so they're what is it? Let me go through the standings here a little bit. So Fremont hangs on to win. They would be that would be their first league win. They'd be 1-2. They'd be 4-2 overall. So good for them. Orchard View is just having some trouble getting. They were without a program last year, and then a brand new league. Hopefully things will turn around for them. Last we heard, Montague was losing to North Muskegon. I think the last I remember, you probably have updated it, but I remember hearing 14-0.
14-7 here at the half.
Okay.
Brandon Prangham, my son-in-law, just texted that to me.
All right.
So thank you, Brandon.
Boy, Brandon's a big Montague guy. He's got to be wearing his black armbands, doesn't he? It's been a rough year for the old Wildcats. They're not used to that, are they?
No, they're used to winning and winning at a high level.
Right.
Okay.
We had North Muskegon. We just give that one. And then you have Ravenna was defeating somebody. Trust me. They were playing Hesperia.
Yes.
Okay. So that would set up our match next week for the West Michigan Rivers Division, right? That's how you say that, I think. North Muskegon and Ravenna could both go into that one at 3-0. We'll have to wait and see what that'll be our CatchMark SportsNet game of the week next week. Go ahead, Cal.
Ravenna 49, Hesperia nothing. Reed City 48, Newaygo 10.
Okay.
So thank you, Rick Hickman. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Larry Mansfield. As we get scores just continually coming in. I think I am all caught up.
Do you?
Jason Vincent here. Whitehall up 21 against the Ridge at the half. The Vikings are the real deal this year. Vincent was a great player for the Fremont Packers.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Man, all those names kind of come back from all those years ago, don't they?
They do, and then you can't remember the guy who played here 2 years ago.
I know, yeah. I told you, you went too far.
Yeah.
We were on a roll between the two of us. We were figuring it out, and then you always throw in that one extra. But at least you came up with it later on.
It took me a couple minutes, but I remembered it was young Mr. Corey Vanderput. Yep.
We did that in unison. All right, here. Well, you kind of talked about it, but
yes.
21-0. If you're Oakridge, well, it goes without saying you can't give up any more scores, or you would like not to.
No, you can't really, because your offense is sputtering, and I think Carey would say the same thing. They can't get anything going on offense. But once again, you got to credit Whitehall's defense.
Yeah.
You know, we talked a lot about the Whitehall defense. John, they're throwing let's talk about we talked a lot about their offense. Let's talk about that defense. They're throwing a shutout against the number 3 team in Division 5 here at home, the Oakridge Eagles, who's a great team.
Right.
They're pitching a shutout on them, and Whitehall's going to start out with the ball here to start second half.
And the good news when you look to playoffs, these two will be in different divisions. I mean, you got Oakridge at Division 5, it looks like, and Whitehall in Division 4. So they both would not collide again in the postseason. So
that is correct.
There's something to be said for that. This is Trannon Ayler up to the 30-31 yard line before he is brought down. So decent field position for Whitehall to start out the second half. 11:54. There goes your 11:55 theory, Cal.
Right out the window.
By a second.
You know, there's only 50 kids difference.
Okay.
There's only 50 kids difference between the two here. Whitehall has 627 students, and Oakridge is 547. And they turn the lights off. So.
Well, they got to do that for the spotters. That's why I said I know that's why we usually sometimes we get them to turn it on, but we're going to be in the dark, Cal.
Okay.
I guess we got to get used to it. It going to be handoff up the middle. This is going to be Boley, and Boley is caught.
Wow, he got hammered.
And he is not going to gain very much at all.
Tell you, take a look out there defensively here for Oakridge leading the charge. It's Wyatt Douglas and Matt Danachek. Nice job defensively that time by the Eagles.
Going to be 2nd and 11. 11:28 left. Pass over the right side, and it is caught over there, and a first down for the Whitehall Vikings, and inside Oakridge territory at about the 48-yard line. That's going to be a pass out to number 9. That's going to be Camden Thompson.
And a big block over there by Nate Boley. That's what sprung the whole play. Nate Boley taking a wide receiver and moving him out of the way, which allows Thompson to go there at 15, that 20 yards. Nice block over there on that side by Boley. And once again, blocking, John, here, especially for Whitehall tonight. They're doing such a great job. It's helping to spring guys open.
Out of the shotgun is Stratton. 3 wide to the right side. Stratton looking to his left. Fires to the left. Got a man open, and it is caught for a first down. I believe that's going to be Reddy. It is Kamar Reddy all the way down to about the 16-yard line for another first down for Whitehall.
Looked like Brody Jennings, number 14, back there defensively as he gets away from Brody a little bit. Brody doing a nice job wrapping him up, bringing him down. Solo tackle by Jennings, but once again, not before the first down by the Whitehall Vikings, John.
10:54 and counting, and here comes Whitehall again.
That's exactly 1 minute on the drive so far.
3 wides right, 2 wides left. Man in motion is Boley, and he is back to pass is Stratton. Stratton trying to turn the corner, again thinking throw all the way, but he's going to keep it and run all the way down to about the 10-yard line.
We have our Oakridge guy slow to get up, and that was Wyatt Douglas slow to get up over there.
They're going to say that Stratton stepped out way back at about the 14-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6 from the 14.
Union 21, Muskegon 14.
So they're not out of the woods yet, huh?
No, they're not.
Empty backfield. Stratton back there all by himself out of the shotgun. And it's going to be a keeper by Stratton up the middle. Oh, tripped up. He was just getting ahead of speed, and he gets it down to the 10-yard line. He's still going to be about a yard and a half short of a first.
I think that's Kyle Weaver, number 55, who got a hand in there. It's getting down on that end of the field that I can't see anymore. John once again walks in the press box tonight and puts me in the corner.
Yeah.
Right where I belong.
Don't have the dunce cap on this morning, though, or this afternoon.
You let me keep it in the pickup tonight.
Right.
Thank you.
3rd down and 2. And it's a keeper by Stratton. He's got the first down as he keeps his feet going down to the 5-yard line. So it'll be first and goal from the 5 for Whitehall.
Kind of 2 or 3 guys there for the Oakridge Eagles in on the stop. I just happened to glance out at the camera and looked at us sitting in the broadcast booth here at Jack Sugar's Field, and I'm leaning. Notice that? Look at our camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get close to you.
Watch it.
Leaning in.
Wide right side is Ayler. Man slot right is going to be Boley. And now Boley comes in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to Boley. Boley is brought down one-on-one tackling down at the 2-yard line.
I could not see who that was.
Brought down by number 27, Brian Elizondo.
Elizondo,
yeah.
Nice tackle by him. Wow, Brian, that senior. 5'10", 157-pound defensive back. Nice tackle.
Going to be second and goal from the 3. Whitehall already up 21-0, threatening to add more. And it's going to be a keeper by Stratton. Stratton twisting and turning. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run for Kyle Stratton. His second touchdown of the evening to go with 2 touchdowns for Jackson Cook, I believe, right?
Yep, time, please.
9:09 left here in the third quarter.
Drive started at 11:54. Is Howe rolling out there?
Yes.
Probably. The kicker?
Landon Howe. And Howe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of the hold of Boley. He said if there's a guy that could win the Swiss Army Knife Award for Whitehall, it'd have to be Boley.
Mm-hmm.
He is everywhere. Kick is up, and it is good. So 9:09 left here in this third quarter. It's been all Whitehall, 28-0. They lead Oakridge.
Oh, man.
Want to send a shout out to Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling for all of your heating and cooling needs. During the summer, it was air conditioning, and now, boy, you get the old nip in the air, fall and winter coming on. Now's the time to definitely get your heating system checked out and give the folks at Scheid Plumbing a call. They're located in Whitehall, 894-9760.
Arlene Russell's alma mater is having a rough night tonight. Ravenna 55, Hesperia nothing. Fruitport 14, Spring Lake 6, Puffer 13, Zeeland East 6. Still North Muskegon 14, Montague 7. I probably extended half because of homecoming celebration. I think that's it.
All right. It's going to be Jack McDowell kicking off for Whitehall. It is going to be all the way through the end zone touchback. It'll be first and 10 for Oakridge at the 20 with 9:09 left here in this third quarter. Well, it's been all Whitehall, to say the least.
There is a flag on the field.
Oh,
we do have a flag,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
See what this is all about. It's on a touchback, so there was not a return. It looks like it's against personal foul against Whitehall on a touchback, huh?
Indication on the field is a
It might have been something.
Had to be something said,
Yeah.
I would think.
Mhm.
Huh? So that's going to bring it out to the 35-yard line.
They can. I already wrote it down as first and 10 on their 20. Okay. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Switch papers here to defense.
All right, they're going into kind of the run-and-shoot formation here. Spread offense for Oakridge. Danachek will be in an empty backfield. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right.
I can see it. I can see it. I can actually watch the game now.
Yeah. And it's going to be a keeper by Danachek, and down he goes back at the 30, loss of 5, so it'll be second and 15.
Jackson Cook, I not only scored touchdowns, I get quarterback sacks. Cook blew that play up. Nice play, Jackson Cook. Came flying in out of nowhere. That senior linebacker, running back / combo doing a great job. You're talking about Boley being the Swiss Army knife. I have another guy who's a Swiss Army knife, but not on this team. His name is Hunter Hogan.
Oh, yeah, over at Ravenna.
At Ravenna. That's another Swiss Army knife guy.
Second down and 15, 8:34 and counting. And it's a handoff up the middle. This is going to be Trevor Jones. Jones getting back the
Fumble.
yardage
But he's
loss,
down.
fumbled the
He's
ball,
down.
but they're
Yep.
going to say he was down as he fights his way up to the 40-yard line.
Whitehall guy picks it up. The official looks at him, puts his hand out, and says, "Put it here."
Right. Going to be third down and about 7 yards to go for a first, or 6 yards to go, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Kerry Harger's going after all those great teams he's had through the years. He's probably going, so this is how the other teams always feel.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're normally, it's the other way around. It's
Right.
28-0 in the third quarter. Oakridge with the lead.
Tell you, this Whitehall team, if they can stay healthy.
But there are teams out there that are South Christian. I think
Yeah.
Forest Hills Eastern.
But
You're right. They can stay healthy. They're going to be
around
formidable.
here, I don't think anybody's playing them close.
No, I don't think so neither.
And a pass over here to number 21. That is going to be, I think that's, it is Lorenzo Garcia. What I need is one more piece of paper. That's what I need.
For an Eagle first down.
I tried to minimize him, but I think you must have grabbed him there.
Well, I got the sponsor list here, too.
The
so
sponsor list.
I usually grab the sponsor list where I need a roster list.
No, I got to. Shelby
Game.
14, Holton 0. Shelby, the Tigers, can they go 2 for 2?
Holton, yeah.
Can they win 2 in a row?
Yeah, had their 21-game losing streak
Yep.
snapped. You're right. It's going to be first and 10, ball at the 50 for Oakridge. Danachek out of the shotgun.
Fumble.
Oh, another fumble. And it is going to be Whitehall, it looks like, with the ball. And that'll be right at midfield. Man, when it rains, it pours for Oakridge.
Boy, I seen that thing pop out right away. That thing came
There's a
flying
fumble
out of there.
on the play.
Recovered by
Recovered
Jaden
by
Eltgobers, we're
Whitehall,
told.
number 5, Jaden
And
Eltgobers.
so Jaden, who's already
It'll be
leading
first
the
and 10
team
for
in
the
tackles,
Vikings.
says, hey, I'll pick up a fumble now and then as well.
Yep. Time, please.
First and 10 at the 50. There's 7:05 left in the third quarter.
They punch in this in and get the PAT. It's going to be a running clock. You got to score. Arlene, she's the one that reported the Shelby Holton 14. Nothing for Shelby.
Empty backfield. Stratton passes to his right. It is caught. And, boy, hit right away is the receiver.
Number 2, Kyle Stratton's pass is completed to number 5, Jaden Eltgobers.
That would be Eltgobers, Jaden Eltgobers.
Making the stop on the play, number 3, Matt Danachek, and number
I can play
22,
offense,
Bryson
too. Second and
Stevenson.
4, ball at the 44.
It'll be second down for the
Jack
Vikings.
hustling over there for the Oakridge Eagles, helping them get out of bounds.
Two wide.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Actually, 3 wideouts left side. Back to pass is Stratton. Fires over a little screen pass to Boley. Boley's got a first down, 35, 30, 25, 20, down to the 15, 10-5 touchdown. My goodness, 44-yard
Number 2, Kyle
run.
Stratton's
A
pass to
44-yard
number
pass
3, Nate
to
Boley is
Boley.
completed.
With
The result,
6:17
a
left
Viking
in this third
touchdown.
quarter.
Camden Thompson made it all happen with a block out on that left side.
Yeah.
Great block by Thompson. Well done, young man.
Started out as just a flat pass. Almost, an Oakridge Eagle almost got his paw on it, so it was almost dead on arrival play, but it got through him and to Boley, and the rest is, Boley's another guy that can run. They have got speed that burns on this team. I would imagine the water boy can even.
The water
got
boy's
some
not going to
speed.
run us, that's for sure. What's the time?
6:17.
Not even a minute.
Landon Howe trying another extra point, kicks it up, and it is good. So
Number 7, Landon Howe's point after kick is
kicking back
good,
under
and that brings
control.
the score to
And
the
that's
visiting
gonna win.
Vikings
5 for
35.
5 for 5
Your
for
Eagles
Landon.
0.
That was a lot of finger splashing there.
That was 5.
Yeah.
5 for 5.
That's like a pizza, isn't it?
5. Can't you read this? So you don't. You know me by now. That is 5
Well,
for 5.
I know 5 for 5, but then I was trying to think where the 5
You're
came
thinking
in.
5 pizzas for $5.
That's what I was thinking. All right, so Whitehall, this has kind of turned into kind of our worst fear as far as the game. I mean, it's one of those things that on the marquee, you could think, well, we said it in the opener. Is this going to be one of those counter punches, or is it going to be, if Whitehall gets to roll, a one-sided affair? And it seems like it's the latter for sure.
Yeah, that is.
Who does Whitehall have next week? I could tell you in a second. Whoever it is, I feel sorry for. Well, it's going to be Ludington.
Oh, yeah, so.
No, Ludington's not a bad team.
No, but they're going to.
They're not. I wouldn't
Number
think as
12,
good as
Jack
Oakridge.
McDowell, get ready to kick
Whitehall
off for
play
the
week
Vikings.
9 now.
Bag D for the Eagles, number 21, Lorenzo Garcia.
Yeah, I can't either. Here's the kick. And fielded at the 5, up to the 10, 15, 20. And between the 20 and 25, we brought down.
23-73 on that stop.
Garcia returns the kick, brought down by number 73, Caden Waller.
Garcia on the return for
It'll be
Oakridge. 6:01 left here in the
for the
fourth
Eagles.
quarter.
Darnell Mack also in on that stop. John, go ahead.
We do have the running clock.
And when did it start?
6:01.
Okay, and they're on the 25.
Yep. First and 10. So, wouldn't have thought running clock in a potential championship game. But back to passes Danicek, firing over right side, caught over there, up to the 29-yard line. So again,
Number 3, Matt Danicek's pass is completed to number 7, Evan Miller.
number 7, Evan Miller.
Brought down by
gets the
number
catch.
3, Nate Boley.
Pierce over there and Bowley's over there defensively to make that stop. One thing that really impresses me about Whitehall, they do so well, and we noticed it in the first game against Montague, their wide receivers block so well.
Yeah.
I mean, they are phenomenal at blocking. So you get these sweeps and counters. When they turn the corner, there's just room for them to run.
Danicek, little flat pass over here, the left side, pass intended for Chris Knapp.
Danicek's pass
Went through his
intended for Knapp
fingertips.
falls
Come on, ready
incomplete.
right there to make the stop, just in case it was caught.
Danicek comes over.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you
Give
head
some
down to the
encouraging words to
south
Knapp.
side of the
Third
stadium
down and 4.
and purchase your piping hot
4:37
elephant
left
ear.
in this third
Elephant ears
quarter.
are being
Clock
freshly
running.
made in the South End concession
35-0
stand.
Whitehall. Yeah, Whitehall may not get a close game until the playoffs. Right? Handoff up the middle and not much going. That might be Jones.
It was 34 on
Number
that.
34, Trevor Jones on the
stop,
carry.
we're going to have
Brought down by number 8.
Grayson Shepard. What? Did I see that?
Grayson
right?
Shepard and number 15,
Yeah, he
Wyatt
was. You're right.
Jenkins.
So it's good to see Grayson out there. He's been battling injured. Boy, last year was totally gone with an injury.
Yeah, he was. There he is.
So he's feeling good. Now he's got to come out.
Now he's
So
gotta come
doggone
out.
it, just get warmed up, make a stop, and I got to leave. But they want to
they
keep
gotta-
him for the big nights.
Yeah, they got to protect him for his future. He doesn't need to be out there right now. He wants to be out there. He doesn't need to be out there. That kid's got such a future ahead of him.
Future so bright, you need sunglasses, right? Danicek, then the highlight for Oakridge is punting. Hits at about the 40, and it is picked up there. And this is Ayler. Ayler is up to midfield or close
Number
to
3,
it.
Matt Danicek's
So again, excellent
pass
field
is
position for
punt,
Whitehall with 3:21
excuse me,
left
is returned by number
in this,
11, man, Trandon
third quarter,
Ayler.
and it's been all Whitehall.
Driven out of
35 to
bounds
nothing.
by number 27, Brian Elizondo.
So where's it
It'll
putting
be
it down?
first
Is
and
that
10
right at
for the
50?
Vikings.
That's two in a row, right on the
midfield.
50.
I want to send a shout out here in a minute to
An
another one of our
imaginary
great sponsors.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. They did. Grieve Law.
Okay.
I want to thank those folks for sponsoring a lot of what we do around here, including Friday Night Football. Grieve Law. If you need, I believe their specialty is divorce cases. This is Stratton. Stratton is going to have some positive yardage. More than that, he has got a first down. Yeah, as he's down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Even when he runs, he looks like he's kind of surveying the field, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, just
he does. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off. Wyatt
fine.
Douglas had him right out here and just slipped past him. But you're right. When he's just so elusive.
yeah.
And I think he's a guy that runs what they call running smooth and running quiet.
Right.
And what I mean is you hear great backs when they run quiet. Their shoulder pads don't bounce.
Yeah.
He seems to be a guy that runs quiet.
Pass over the middle. It is caught there up to the 30, down close to the 25-yard line. And that is going to be Boley on the catch.
Bryson Stevenson, that sophomore defensive back, makes that stop defensively.
Man.
Sets up another 1st and 10 here for the Whitehall Vikings.
At the 27-yard line. 140 left. Time ticking away. 2 wides either side, man in motion. That's Alt Gilbert. It's going to be a power or jet sweep, and now we got a flag, illegal procedure against Whitehall.
What are you up to this weekend? You got any big plans?
Yeah, I don't know. I never have any big plans. I just, whatever happens, happens.
You just go with the flow.
I got to do a lot of stat compiling for CatchMark as the coaches called in their stats, so that's pretty much my weekend now. Thank you very much, Scott. Scott DeCamp says, hey, I'm going to give you the compiling of stats job, which will keep you home all weekend.
And just do that in between your Uber driving and your driving.
I'm almost not Uber driving. I got special people. Pass over left side and is caught by Cam Thompson, and he's breaking tackles all the way down to the 21-yard line. But
You have special people in your life. I wish I had special people in my life. Evan Miller, sophomore, in on that stop defensively here for the Oakridge Eagles. Am I a special person?
You're a special person.
Okay, thank you. I was starting to worry there for a minute.
Right.
I might not be on the special list.
Well, I got people that ride with me just because they don't have to call me. They just call me, and I ride.
People call you just
I'm a preferred driver.
I've ridden with you. I'm not riding
Lucky
with you.
me. Here comes Stratton, and Stratton is down to the 10, down to the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, another touchdown for Whitehall. 23-yard touchdown gallop for Kyle Stratton. That is touchdown 3 for him.
2. Yes, that's 3 for him. 2 for Cook.
Right.
3 for Stratton, 1 for Boley.
Okay. 41 to nothing.
Time?
36 seconds. And Landon Howe, 5 for 5. Can he make it 6 for 6? Kick is up, and it is good. 6 for 6 for Landon Howe. 42 to nothing with 36 seconds left.
42 to nothing. I got a score. Hart 14, Mason County Central 8, Ravenna 55, Hesperia nothing, Fruitport 14, Spring Lake 6, Puffer 13, New Zealand.
That's a heck of a bus trip.
Zeeland East 6, North Muskegon 14, Montague 7. It's been that way for a long time. Reed City 48, Newaygo 10. Checking the sites. And we're good. Nothing new here other than those two.
All right. So 42 to nothing. What? Go ahead.
Muskegon 21, Grand Rapids Union 21.
Yeah, that's a heck of a battle. Shane says nothing is easy anymore.
Nothing's easy this year.
You had breakfast with him this morning, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Is he still talking to you? Is he saying, "Hey, wait a minute, I got to change my mojo"? I think it's VanSingel.
We changed the table this morning. We changed the waitress, and he bought breakfast.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He changed everything up. We didn't change locations, but we changed everything else up.
And this is going to be Trevor Jones. He's up to the 20, spun around there, and fighting his way up to about the 22-yard line.
All right, let's see what Oakridge can do.
Oh, that's Garcia, right?
Garcia?
That's not Jones.
Okay.
I was just guessing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5, 6. This is the 8th possession, John, for the Oakridge Eagles.
And none of them have been memorable, have they?
No, they have not. 22?
Yeah, it's going to be about the final. They won't even get another playoff.
Start
here,
yeah,
down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that's where the third quarter is going to come to an end. 42 to nothing. Whitehall is a switch ends of the field. I'll tell you, in full disclosure here, my worst case scenario, remember when I said it might be a blowout for Whitehall?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My worst case scenario, if I had to pick a score, I was going to say 40 to 20. So my worst case scenario, unless Oakridge puts together a pretty good run here, I mean, they're going to have to play a whale of football to get to my worst case scenario, if you look at it like that. But and this is not a knock on Oakridge. They're fine, and they're going to probably, they got a good chance to win out the rest of the way and certainly get into the playoffs and even do some damage in the playoffs. They got, like everybody else, they got a tough road into the playoffs because they got some massive roadblocks there. But they are a good football team.
They're a great football team.
And I'll tell you what, if you're Kerry Harger, too, and these guys aren't stupid. They know it. I mean, they know that. They just got beat tonight, and it happens every once in a while, but you can't let this fester and turn your season bad. And I don't think they will. I think
No, not
I
at
think
all.
Oakridge knows what's going on here. I mean, they just ran into a team that is going to beat a lot of teams big. They just are.
This is a buzzsaw of a team. This is a team of destiny, really, here for the Whitehall Vikings. And Tony Sigmund has done a great job getting them ready to play game in and game out here so far.
Back to pass is Danicek. He's going to fire, and low pass, but it's caught for a little minimal gain. See it.
They got there number 2 on that stop, and that's going to be, no, I don't think Stratton would still be in there, is he? No, wait, maybe, hold on. 21, I think. Nope, wasn't that, it was 5.
It's going to be second down and 7.
Alt Gilbers. I'm going to guess. Alt Gilbers.
That was such a deep drop for Danicek that, again, he has to drop deep because the rush is coming on him. That he completed a pass, but they didn't really get much to gain. They only got about 3-yard gain, second and 7. Danicek out of the shotgun. A little flare pass over here to the right side. It is caught. And again, up across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's going to be Garcia, Lorenzo Garcia on the catch.
Yeah, take a look here, see if I have any more updates coming in. Nothing. Everything's been quiet for the last couple minutes. Once again, Muskegon and Union now tied at 21.
Well, they got a heck of a battle going on.
Yes, they do. Yep. They've had a battle. They have had a battle, I think, for 6 games straight here.
Muskegon? Yeah, they have. Nothing's come easy.
No, you get everybody's best if you're Muskegon.
Here's a jet sweep around the left side. That's number 30. That's going to be Chris Knapp.
Boy, there was a heck of a collision out there.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. Shepard, well, no wonder Grayson Shepard's involved. Him and Alt Gilbers. Wow, that's laying the lumber on you.
So it's going to be second down and 8.
Yep.
10:05 left in this one. Next week, it'll be our CatchMark game of the week. It will be Ravenna taking on North Muskegon over at North Muskegon. Looking forward to that one.
Be back over there. We were there last week. Treated nicely.
Right. Got Air Norse with Mr. Young over there.
Yeah, that we do.
Back to pass. Here's a little screen pass, and it's set up nicely. And it's going to be a first down and more. And that is Trevor Jones, it was. Down to the 45-yard line.
Kyle Weaver with a really nice block out there out in the flat, John. Really helped him to get an extra 20 yards out there. Nice job with that block by Kyle Weaver, that senior.
9:20 left in this one. 42-0, but Oakridge trying to get something on the board here. Danicek looks to his left, fires. It's going to be another completion over there, up to the 40 as he gets down. That's Ty Maitland on the catch.
Grayson Shepard in there again. Nice job with that block by Kyle Weaver, that senior.
9:20 left in this one.
Yeah, my leg, I had to move my
42-0, but Oakridge trying to get something on the board here. Danicek looks to his left, fires. It's going to be another completion over there, up to the 40 as he gets ball at the 37. 2 wides left, 2 wides right, empty backfield for, no, that's not. Nope, now I see Trevor Jones standing next to Danicek. 3 wides to the right, that's how that works. Hand off to Jones, and Jones trying to fight his way to the first down. He's in the neighborhood. Let's see if, no, it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Fruitport 21, Zeeland West 6.
All right, so Fruitport finally did get their scoring machine going. And looks like they got some defense tonight, huh?
Yes.
Good to see Fruitport getting it going again, isn't it? I mean, you look at the Reese Puffers and the Fruitports whose programs have been down for recently for so many years, once proud programs, and
Fruitport especially.
Yeah, trying to fight their way back. Yeah, Steve Wilson had a great run with those guys. There was a state championship or 2 over there, I believe.
I remember one, I think, for sure.
And then some final appearances. It's going to be a keeper by Danicek, and I'm thinking he's got the first down. He does. They're going to move the chains.
Shepard in there just again with that defensive stop. Good to see. Not great to see Grayson in there.
7:41 left. That's our first, I think, our first time in 2 years that we've seen Grayson Shepard play, right? He was out all last year.
Injured in the preseason. I remember watching him as a sophomore going, oh, my gosh, this kid's a freak.
He just has not been able to stay healthy. There's a pass over left side, about a 5-yard gain, maybe a 4-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Kamar Reddy having a nice game for Whitehall.
Kamar Reddy.
7:06 left in this one. It's been all Whitehall, 42-0.
He's a junior, so he'll be back. Like you said, they have a lot of guys coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much on that offensive line. But they
Nothing
have some
in
guys.
the offensive line. All those guys will be leaving. All seniors.
Middle. Look
back to pass. Danicek having some time to pass, and it's going to be incomplete. That was great coverage there by Jackson Cook. He get over there to really kind of bounce it away from Trevor Jones.
Don't look now. Here come the Cardinals. Fremont 22, Orchard View 16.
Wow.
Thank you, Arlene.
Those two teams used to lock up back in the old Seaway Conference.
Yes. Yeah.
Back
Dan
in those
Rome's
days.
alma mater.
Yeah.
Orchard View.
6:18 left in this one. 3rd and 6, ball at the 31-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Danicek. Danicek rolling to his right. Here comes a rush. Dump off pass. It is caught. Going to be a first down and some running room down to the 15. Still on his feet down close to the 10-yard line. First and 10 at about the 10 or 12-yard line.
And Shepard slow to get up, and he's coming off.
Out of the shotgun is who was in on the catch? Did you see his right? Here comes a rush. Dump off pass. It is caught. Going to be a first down and some running room down to the 15. That was still on his feet down close to the 10-yard line. First, the Oakridge spotting staff here.
Yeah.
5:29 left in this one.
Watching Shepard on the sideline, and he's not happy.
1st and 10. They can get a first down without a touchdown. 5:13 and counting. Danicek out of the shotgun. Looking to his left, little dump off pass. It's caught and eludes one man, but not the second one. Fights his way down to about the 5-yard line.
Danicek threw a picture-perfect pass. I mean, that pass was right on the money. What a great pass by Danicek.
Trevor Jones again on the reception there. So basically, Jones has not been able to get a whole lot on the ground, so they're saying, hey, we'll see if he can get some yardage through the air.
Yeah. Schoolcraft 12, Muskegon Catholic Central 10. 12-10 Schoolcraft.
Ball on the 6. Here comes, Danicek reversing his field. Fires at the end of the end zone. Is going to be incomplete. But again, give Danicek some points for being a little bit elusive there. He had somebody bearing down on him. It might have been Cook. It was one of the guys bearing down on him. 3rd down for the Eagles, 3rd and 5 from the 6-yard line with 4:20 left.
North Muskegon 20, Montague 7. Okay.
Boy, when was the last time North Muskegon beat Montague?
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be one of those years for Montague where you're going to have to do some record book checking, isn't it, unfortunately?
On the wrong way.
You're absolutely right, yeah. Back to pass now is Danicek rolling to his left. Is he going to keep it and be able to? He does. Danicek, the quarterback, rolls it in for an end zone. That's going to be for a touchdown, 6-yard touchdown run for Matt Danicek. And that gets Oakridge on the board, 42-6.
On the wrong way.
3:55. You're absolutely right, yeah. Back to pass now
right
is Danicek rolling to his left. Is he going to keep it and be able to? He
So
does. Danicek.
Absolutely, yep. And they're probably going to go for 2, correct?
They are. I'm told they always go for 2, regardless.
So I'll just listen to you because I can't quite see it.
All right. Good work there by Danicek. Tell you how many touchdowns he has here in a minute, if I can find it.
And here they go.
10, I think it's, you see 11 touchdowns. I'm looking at it wrong. Pass over the middle. It's caught for a 2-point conversion.
Was it good?
Yes. That was a pass to, I'm trying to see who it was to. It's to number 7. That is Evan Miller. So Evan Miller gets the 2-point conversion. So 42-8 is the score of the Whitehall Vikings with the lead. Danicek, that's his 3rd rushing touchdown. He's had 7 passing. That was the number I was looking for. See if we've forgotten anybody. I hope not. We talked about Scheid Plumbing and Heating. We talked about Dave Dusenberry. Talked about Grieve Law. Yep, I think we got them all in. I'll just do our whole sponsors in general. North Grove Brewers, Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan, Durga Insurance Group, Green Ridge Realty, Chris Dykema and Sarah Reel, Big Stone Therapies, Grieve Law, Scheid Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Dave Dusenberry Coldwell Banker.
You know, that may stop the running clock. Gets us back to 34 points, right? Not 35.
Yeah.
That may stop the running clock.
You could be right. 3:55 left while Oakridge gets on the board.
Good to see that.
And there's a kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. So Whitehall would have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line with 3:55 left.
All right, let's see what they do here with the clock. But I would think it would stop. It wouldn't be a running clock anymore because it's only 34 points.
Ryan Cribbins on the kick there. Soccer player. There's a lot of teams now kind of employed the. I remember years ago I was talking to Dan Road, as a matter of fact, and I says, "Hey, have you ever thought about?" And I'm not going to pretend like I invented this or not, but I said, "Have you ever thought about a soccer player playing football?" And he says, "Yeah." He said, "As a matter of fact, we got one of those." And you're not going to outthink Dan.
He's already
he was
one step
already
ahead
on
of
top of it, yeah.
Yep.
But I always thought that was a natural, and then all of a sudden it did become the thing. And then it got to be that some schools you can't play 2 sports at the same season, so so that's kind of unfortunate. Handoff up the middle. I believe it's going to be Darnell. It'll be Darnell on the carry. He's going to gain a couple.
Yep. And Riley Bean on that stop. It looks like Riley Bean, a senior, 6'2", 227. Oh, it'll be 227 again.
227.
Oh, my goodness.
Just a biscuit off in that, aren't you? 331.
That'd be a full order of biscuits and gravy.
Most people say, to be 18 again.
Yeah.
Cal's like the weights, right?
Oh,
To be,
I want the weight back.
to be 165.
Yeah.
Here's a handoff again to Darnell. Mac Darnell's up to the 40-yard line.
Oh, wow. Jennings in there maybe helped to trip him up first. Going to set up that third.
Yeah, third down at about 5.
Yeah.
2:56 and counting. 42-8's been all Whitehall.
I just heard elephant ears.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Whitehall next week plays Ludington.
Okay.
Oakridge will take on Orchard View. That back in the day, remember the old Orchard View Oakridge? That was the big season. That was game number 9.
It
that was going into the playoffs, and they would beat the snot out of one another. And you'd always say, man, that was a physical game. Here comes the quarterback around here left side. And
that's Thompson.
Oh, they got him in at quarterback.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So Thompson is their second-string quarterback.
Kristen Subdon, the basketball coach, is going, get him out.
Yeah. First down.
He goes, what are you doing? That's my franchise right there.
All right. They're going to be good in basketball, too.
They're going to be good in basketball.
A lot of these guys turn around and play basketball, and they're just great athletes.
Stratton, Boley, Thompson.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Christian Subdon just he spends time in the bomb shelter during football season, I bet. Plugging his ears.
Yep.
Handoff again to number 23. That is going to be Darnell. Darnell Mack becoming the workhorse, junior running back.
Kyle Weaver in there, that senior on the stop, 6'1", 216.
Gets it down to the 47-yard line of Oak Ridge. 2nd and 6, 1:41 left. You got anything happening this weekend?
Clean out my garage tomorrow. This will be the last weekend before my wife and I start doing color tours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we do take day trips, hit some color tours.
I'm starting to see some colors out there already, so you might want to,
No, the UP's, I'm guessing next weekend the UP's going to start to be about at peak. Talk to Kevin and Lynn and maybe take a trip up to the UP for the day.
Oh, they're going to have to leave then, right?
Fumble.
Oh, fumble. It's on the ground. Let's see if Oak Ridge can get it. I am thinking that Whitehall fell back on it.
Take a moment here, John. I want to credit this offensive line here for Whitehall.
Okay.
Chance Monroe at center. The guards are Wesley Russell, Shane Cook. The tackles, Winton Napier, and Chase Nazurski. Great job by the Big Five. We'll call them the Big Five or the Power Five or the Tremendous Five, whatever you want to call them. the fabulous 5. Those 5 guys up front doing a great job here tonight.
Oakridge able to recover that fumble, so 1:03 left here. I didn't see a lot of excitement by Oakridge there, so I didn't kind of lulled me to sleep a little bit on that. But I guess when you're down 42-8, there's not a lot of necessarily enthusiasm in there, I guess.
Started the drive.
Let's see, who is a quarterback? Is it a different quarterback? I think it might be number 7. Is that a possibility?
Yes.
That's going to be Evan Miller. They're going to move Evan Miller, it looks like, to quarterback. Or hang on here.
Now we got.
Yeah, Evan Miller. And here with the play-by-play is my good friend, Cal VanSingel.
It is Miller under center, or in the shotgun.
And
a fumble.
And another fumble.
And Whitehall's got it.
And Whitehall has it back. Oh, a little miscommunication on the handoff between Miller and Stevenson. And so Whitehall gets it back with 58 seconds left.
In the shotgun.
Kind of took me longer to figure out who
fumble.
was up. And another fumble.
And
Whitehall has it back. Oh, a little miscommunication on the handoff.
Well, last week a couple weeks ago, I thought they were going to go in victory formation, and they didn't. So
right.
I don't know what they're going to do tonight. No, they are going to go in victory formation.
Yep. Cam Thompson takes a knee and gets a hug. Mm-hmm. That's always a good thing when you can take a knee and get a hug, isn't it?
Well, one injury tonight that we know of, and that was number 1 here for
that's going to be
Whitehall.
something to watch. That's going to be Irvin.
Yeah, Malcolm Irvin, a junior. Hopefully he will be back quickly.
Yeah. Gosh, what is he? He is a junior as well. But boy, oh boy, yeah, whenever you're messing around with a knee or leg, you always wonder about that. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the contest here. So the final score, the Whitehall Vikings 42, the Oakridge Eagles 8. And they take an undisputed lead in the West Michigan.
Yep.
Hey, nice seeing you. Stay well. So they will improve to 3-0. Oakridge will fall to 3-1. And Whitehall will improve to 6-0. On the season. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, the good news for Oakridge, it only counts as one loss, right? Only one. Mm-hmm. So they're still going to be very tough and still be in the postseason, I'm sure.
Yes, they will. Larry Mansfield. Fremont answers on a 62-yard touchdown run to go up 30-16. 4:54 left to go in the third. Arlena texting. Oh, wow. Here we go. Muskegon, Grand Rapids Union. Muskegon, 36.
Okay.
Union, 21.
All
Reed
right. City,
62. Newaygo, 10. Ravenna, 56. Hesperia, 8. North Muskegon, 27. Montague, 7.
All right.
Schoolcraft, 12. Shouldn't be hard to say Schoolcraft.
But it is.
It is. 12. Muskegon Catholic Central, 10. 56. Ravenna, 56. Hesperia, 8. Thank you, Arlene. This was in the third quarter yet.
All right.
Wow.
Sounds good.
Okay, that's kind of what we have there.
I'll tell you what, why don't you do a final scoring summary here, and then we'll wrap up with the stats, and then we'll let the CatchMark crew get out of here unless they unplug us and get us out of here early anyhow. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Scoring summary quickly for Oakridge, their only lone score in the night, fourth quarter, start out 1st and 10 on their own 22, started the drive exactly at the 12-minute mark here to start their the fourth quarter. They scored at the 3:55 mark. Danachik with a 6-yard touchdown run, and Danachik to Miller for the 2-point conversion. Their lone 8 points on the evening tonight. For Whitehall, they got it going on their second drive. Started out 1st and 10 on their own 49. Started the drive at 3:40, score at 11:56. Jackson Cook with a 4-yard touchdown run. The Howe kick was good, and the Vikings were off and running. Next possession, they start at 9:48. They score at 6:40 in the second quarter. 1st and 10 they start out 1st and 10 on their own 47. Cook with the 2-yard touchdown run. The Howe kick was going 14-0 at that time. They score on their very next possession. Started the drive at 3:56. They score at 1:46. Start out 1st and 10 on the Oakridge 34. 23-yard touchdown run by Stratton. The Howe kick was good. Again, it was 21-0 at the half. To start the third quarter, they get the ball. They start out 1st and 10 on their own 31. Started the drive at 11:54, not 11:55. They score at the 9:09 mark. Stratton with the 3-yard touchdown run. The Howe kick was up, and it was good again. Very next possession, they start at midfield. Started the drive at 7:05. They score at 6:17. 44-yard touchdown pass, Stratton to Boley. The Howe kick was good. The kid's on fire tonight. He's getting to ice his foot.
Yeah.
And then once again, very next possession, started the drive at the 3:21 mark in the third quarter. They score 36 seconds left, 1st and 10 on the 50. 2 straight drives. They started exactly on the 50. 28-yard touchdown run by Stratton. The how kick was good. And that was their 42 points on the evening, 42-8. Here is the final at Jack Sugars Field. John Russell, what do you have?
All right, we'll do this quickly. I know we want to get out of here. So Kyle Stratton had 15 carries for 101 yards, so he got over 101. How many touchdowns? 3 touchdowns for him. Jackson Cook, 10 carries for 69 yards. In fact, he didn't get any yardage in the second half. Didn't run him so much anymore. Kyle Stratton finished passing 12 of 15 for 190 yards, 1 touchdown. Over on the other side, Trevor Jones, the big news there. Their big running back held to just 28 yards by Whitehall tonight, and he was their leading rusher. Matt Danachek gave it a game effort, 12-17, 1 interception, no touchdowns, 93 yards. So there you have it. Again, want to give a shout out one final time to our sponsors, North Grove Brewers, Van Dyke Mortgage, Foundation Systems of Michigan, Durga Insurance, Greenridge Realty, Big Stone Therapies, Grieve Law, Scheid Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, and Dave Doonesbury, Coldwell Banker. And it looks like that. It's good. You got
Couple quick scores.
Okay.
Here we go. Muskegon 36, Union 21, Reed City 62, Newego 10, Ravenna 56, Hesperia 8, North Muskegon 27, Montague 7, Muskegon Catholic 10, Schoolcraft 12.
Okay.
Bum, 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 and that's it.
All right. And that, speaking of that's it, that's going to do it for here on CatchMark Sports. For John Russell, Cal VanSingel, great job. And our crew, Bill Mann, Jesse King. We had Matt Tarquette. We had Trent Alfanaro back up on the roof. And am I missing? Yeah, I'm missing Scott. Jesse, I did, and Scott DeCamp. All right, that's going to do it. Final score for the final time. It was 42 for Whitehall, 8 for Oakridge. Next week, the CatchMark game of the week will be a doozy in the Rivers Conference as North Muskegon will take on Ravenna. We'll be on the air at 6:30. The pregame kickoff will be at 7 o'clock.
Are you going doozy for Dave Duesenberg?
Have yourself a good night, everybody.